Oh, yeah, there you go. Pearl Jam, Insignificance. That's how we start today. Good morning, everybody. What's going on, Jim Norton?
Hello, sir.
What's up, Mark Norman?
Hey, good to be here.
Good to be, yes, very good to be here. I was going to say good to have you is what I wanted to say. There you go. How was everyone's weekend?
Mine was very good.
Yeah, relaxing?
Very.
Yeah?
Yeah. I did some sets and just relaxed before I hit the road again.
I Netflixed my ass off.
Yeah.
That Netflix is king.
Did you also chill?
Well, it's hard to chill when you have two little kids there, Mark Norman.
Uh-huh.
I went to a kid's birthday party where they had a magician entertaining 3 and 4-year-olds.
Oh, man, you are a dad.
I was feeling for this guy, though, because I'm sitting there, like, I could handle this. It's, kids. I was actually glad that they had a magician, because then you don't have to do as much. You could just sit in the corner and let the guy just work the room. But I felt bad for the guy. The guy he was really talented.
Oh, really?
And he's just going from kid party to kid party all weekend long.
Wow.
He must be miserable inside.
That's a tough gig.
It's got to be a tough gig, right?
Yeah, they don't give it, the kids, you got to wrangle them and everything.
Yeah.
Have you seen the video of the magician doing a magic trick for the monkey?
No.
It's amazing. Just the fact.
The monkey likes it, right?
Well, the monkey's mind is blown. It's so human-like. You got to see it that the monkey can keep up with the trick, but it's only 10 seconds long.
I did see this.
What kind of? We might have saw this a while ago. I'm trying to remember.
There's a new one.
Oh, there's a new one.
Was there a new one? I don't know how old
cool.
it is.
What did he do? He takes a hatchet and he goes, "Look, their hands. Ta-da! Now they're ashtrays."
Oh God!
There it is. That one.
All right, let me see this. Jesus, let's see this.
He puts another monkey in a box, cuts it in half.
Baboon is amazed by man's magic trick. Oh, the sleight of hand action.
He tries to grab it. That's amazing. If you did that with a dog, you would just lick your hand.
Yeah.
Sure.
How cute is that baboon?
Well, it's cute behind glass.
That's true.
Yeah, that thing rip your face off.
I don't think you'd find it cute if you were in there with him.
No, probably not, as he's biting my testicles out.
If this guy had balls, he would do the magic trick inside.
Exactly. Make bananas appear.
Right.
Ta-da! Stop biting me. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
But that's a no-win, though, because they don't know it's a trick. So what happens is they start fucking attacking you when you can't make bananas.
Right.
They think you're like a fucking banana machine. They don't realize they've eaten the trick.
A banana machine.
Yes.
All right, we'll tweet that out for everybody.
I'm looking at pictures now of Vivian Maier that she's taken.
Oh yeah, we were talking about it right before the show. That was one of the things I saw on Netflix over the weekend for the first time. Vivian Maier or Maier?
I think it's Maier.
I want to say Maier. I think they said Maier through the whole thing.
I've heard both.
We'll never know.
We'll never know because she used a lot of aliases. But this documentary was fucking great.
She's nuts. She was really fucking nutty.
She's a bit nuts. We're talking about some lady. She had a French accent, but they think she put on the French accent, even though she had some roots in a small French village somewhere in the middle of the Alps or something, right?
Yeah.
And they discovered after she died that she was an amazing photographer. Not just a good photographer, an amazing photographer.
Yeah, she was a street photographer. She'd go out, just take regular photos. And as I'm flipping through them, it's all these, she would take these selfies with it hanging by her chest in mirrors, and she was so good.
Yeah. She was taking selfies way before anybody else. And now her work is being displayed all over the world.
Yeah.
The story goes, this guy, he was writing a book about Chicago, I think. It wanted some street photographs.
Yeah.
So he went to an auction where they were selling her stuff. This Vivian Maier, she was a pack rat. Mm-hmm. And this guy bought a whole bunch of her photos and undeveloped film for, I think it was, $380?
Something like that.
And then he sort of realized he had something, and then he found other people that bought some of her pictures, and he grabbed everyone's pictures. He bought the others from the other people.
He owns all of them now. Wow.
Most of them. He knew he had something because this guy kind of has an eye for that. He's a young kid. And then this documentary is all about finding out who this lady was and getting her pictures out there to the masses. This guy's got to be worth millions of dollars now. Millions. His name's Maloof, I think.
And what a lucky for us that he just had all this free time to just sift through this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, what did he do? He must have worked from home or something.
And well, it got too big for him. Then he started getting other people to help him out. Weren't we talking about hundreds of thousands of photographs or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
And there was all sorts of undeveloped film and
rolls
that this Vivian Maier, when she was a nanny for a lot of different people, by the way.
Yeah.
And you know, people were like, why would she want to be a nanny? And I was saying because that gave her the opportunity to just leave the house every day with the kids and just stroll around taking her pictures.
Right. But the thing is, she never developed them. So, like, she liked the ritual of taking pictures. Like, she probably had no idea how many fucking great photos she took.
Right.
She just did it.
She probably had some developed, but yeah, a lot of them were never developed. And this guy is just going through roll by roll, just finding gold, just amazing pictures. And some of the current greats of photography are all saying, well, yeah, this lady is, you know, had some kind of talent.
Mm-hmm. And she was a nut, obviously, because she probably kept planning on doing it someday. Like, yeah, one of these days I'll develop it. Like, you know, you just like keep putting them off.
Sure.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, she's dead.
She's dead. She probably didn't have the money either.
Yeah, maybe not.
No.
I mean, you know, how much money can you make as a nanny? And especially if you're taking thousands and thousands of pictures, I mean, that was kind of expensive to get everything developed.
Right. And the genius of it was the camera was held here. So if someone goes up to your face like this with a camera in front of your face,
they get pissed off.
But if you can just hold it, it's very subtle.
Yeah. I forgot the name of that camera.
Is that how she took all her pictures?
Yeah. It was the old school cameras. I forgot what they were called. Box camera? I forgot.
I don't know, but they hang by your stomach.
Hang by the stomach, and then you look down and you could see, you know, what you're taking a picture of.
Oh, it's like the original fucking...
We got one of those.
Oh.
We got one of those in our family. My mom had one of those type of cameras. They were pretty big for a while.
Oh, that's how she... I didn't realize that. I thought she was only doing that in her selfies.
Oh, you think she was just hoping that she could totally see what she was, about to take a picture of. And she's looking down, so now she's not intimidating to her subject either.
Right.
Because she wasn't, eye to eye with the people.
Right.
She was looking down, framing up her picture. Mm-hmm. So, but her stuff is amazing. We'll tweet out the link. The movie itself is really, really good. As they try to figure out who this lady is. I think she died in 2000. I want to say 7, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, and she would just sit in the park all day, and people were like, "This lady's weird."
Yeah, she was a whack job, and especially near the end, she was going through the garbage and rummaging and stuff. Had no money basically when she died. 2009, she died at 83 years old, and then this guy comes along, sort of lucky. And, I don't understand how those pictures got to auction. I guess maybe the kids. There were a couple of kids that she was a nanny for put all her stuff in storage, and somehow they decided to get rid of all this shit, and this guy just happened to be there. And
can you imagine how dumb they feel? Like, oh my God, look what we had. We stink.
Millions and millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. This guy has to be a multimillionaire off this now, easily.
That old bag was taking all these pictures and we didn't make nothing off it?
Nothing, and she molested us.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, she
should have taken a shot of that.
Yeah, well, she might have been not the nicest person.
Fumbling with the youths
to some of the children she was a nanny for.
Yeah,
but they explain how the best ones as far as taking street photography and pictures in general, the ones that could be emotionally detached. There was a part in that movie where one of the kids got hit by a car while he was riding his bike. Mm-hmm. She was the nanny for. And instead of sort of helping and being like, holy crap, what could I do? She was taking pictures of the whole scene.
Yeah.
Of the kid on the ground, the cops showing up, the distraught mom going, what the hell happened to my kid? She's just taking pictures the entire time.
Oh, right. It wasn't one of the kids she watched.
I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, but they said that really shows detachment, which you sort of need to take these type of photographs.
Mm-hmm. Go slow. Paul's going through them. And they're showing the dates, like 1971, 1964. They're really weird moments to have 1956.
Yeah.
Have all these moments just captured.
Great. They're amazing pictures if you care about photography at all.
It's just like great real life photos. I don't know what the gift is in catching pictures and catching moments. I stink at it. I mean, boats.
Well, you got to get into
down there will be a big boat.
Boats down there.
Yes.
You got to get a little closer than that. That's sort of the key. You got to get into their personal space a little bit and not be intimidating to your subject.
Look at that. Wow.
Amazing shots, but
yeah.
I mean, And it's another one of those stories, going through boxes and finding that valuable thing. What did we have last week? What was the baseball card that we talked about?
7 Ty Cobb cards.
Oh, the Ty Cobb cards. Thank you, Travis. Yeah. And we all would think that we would go through this old lady stuff and find the gold, but the fact of the matter is most of us would have just got a dumpster and thrown it all out, right?
Right.
Would you be going through some old ladies for photographs like this?
Nah, you look up one at the light and you go, how about that? Then you throw it out.
You'd be like, oh, that's kind of cool, I guess. And then, all right, let's get rid of all this junk.
Yeah, because everybody hates a slide.
Yeah.
Slides are the worst.
Just imagine how much stuff we, meaning society in general, has thrown out.
I know.
Because we were just too lazy to actually go through it and see if there was anything there.
Thank God.
Yeah, how many of these, right, exactly, how many of these have been tossed out?
Yeah.
But the other side of it is how many, most of it is junk.
Awful. Terrible.
Because they show this guy, trying to organize all her stuff. Because he basically bought the storage facility at that point. He's like, I'll take everything.
Right.
So he's got all her old dresses and pins and letters and receipts. And he's just organizing everything and realized, oh, my God, there's just way too much here.
Yeah, and she was a hoarder as well, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of the moms of the house were like, you got to get these newspapers out of here.
And a painter came by one day and asked for some newspapers because, he needed to lay down some paper for his painting. And she got back to the old lady and realized that some of her papers were missing and completely lost her fucking mind.
Yeah.
She was one of those people that had newspapers to the point it was like almost trails in her house.
Yeah. She was a kooky old bag.
Yep.
Can we
Put down that camera, you old bag. My son got hit by a car.
Can we let's play the trailer. It's finding Vivian Maier or Maier.
The auction house is across the street from my home. I found this box loaded with negatives. I won it for, I think it was $380.
The history of street photography is currently being rewritten.
Vivian Maier.
Vivian Maier.
Vivian Maier?
Exhibitions in New York and LA and London and Chicago.
We've had more interest in this work than perhaps any other photographer.
There's one particular that I bought, which I love. The composition is slightly off to me, and I think that's why I like it.
Vivian was a very private woman.
She was so awesomely neat.
She was not an open person. She was a closed person.
Vivian was my nanny.
Yeah, she was our nanny.
He certainly had no idea that she took photographs.
She lived on the 3rd floor in our attic.
This was the forbidden zone.
One of the first things she asked me for was please to put in a lock.
She said, don't ever open this door.
They didn't know that there was this creative person there.
She took so many photos.
Around 100,000 negatives, 700 rolls of undeveloped color film, 8mm and 16mm movies.
She would take us and we would just walk in the worst parts of town. I think she liked that.
Maybe we just didn't understand her.
What would you say to Vivian now?
What drove you to hide yourself away?
I'd say to her, why the didn't you ever show me all the stuff you did? I thought I was a friend of yours.
In death, she is getting the fame that she never had in life.
I'm uncovering an artist. If I'm leaving this giant boulder unturned, it would be a mistake.
Of course, she would have hated every minute of it. She would never have let this happen.
Wow.
She had some compulsive behaviors.
She was a pack rat.
I asked her what she did. Her answer was, I'm sort of a spy.
We would say, what's your name? Miss V. Smith. There's a piece of the puzzle missing.
Yeah. Anytime somebody tells you they're a spy, it's bad.
She was seeing just how close you can.
If you're a spy, you keep it to yourself.
Yeah, you keep it under your hat.
Right.
You never tell anyone you're a spy. That's great.
That's a red flag.
Yeah, why would you ever tell anyone you're a spy?
I'm a spy. No, you're not. You're an asshole who wants to be a spy.
Exactly.
And a liar and a nut.
I'm a man of intrigue.
Yeah, man of intrigue, international mystery. But the thing is,
you want a hint that you're a spy because it's such a cool job.
Yeah,
you can't actually say you're a spy.
Right, exactly.
Well, I travel a lot. That's all I can say.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I walk among the people.
If she had gone out and gotten these developed, maybe part of what's so great about them is that no one knew they existed. Like, literally, if she had been like, look at my picture, you'd be like, oh, shut up, Viv.
Right.
Yeah, but then she wouldn't have to be a fucking nanny.
That's true.
This is such a weird story. Play the rest of the trailer. It's only like 15, 20 seconds left.
space. That tells me a lot about her. She could get them to accommodate her by being themselves. She could generate this moment, and then she's gone.
Is there anything that you wish was done differently then?
Sure, I wish I would have found those negatives instead of you.
Yeah.
That's one of the guys who probably...
He's an art critic, I think. But the guy that found him or bought him, he just bought him and took a chance. I mean, it was $380. The first batch is John Maloof. Mm-hmm. I would love to get him on the show.
Yeah.
See how much money he's worth. And that old lady in the trailer going, I wish she would tell me. I thought I was her friend.
Yeah.
She just wanted some of that fucking money.
Exactly.
They all want some of that money.
She's probably like, I wish she would have left me that. But the old lady wouldn't have done anything.
Exactly.
Most people would have thrown it out.
Yep.
Guys. Because some people look at this John Maloof like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. But if it wasn't for that guy, these pictures wouldn't be out there.
Well, he also kind of became obsessed, which helped. You know, he wanted to figure out where she's from and what's her story. He fell real deep into the whole thing.
He got a good documentary out of it.
Yeah. Should have called it The Old Bag with a Tony Perkins haircut.
The old... She had no family. She traveled from town to town being a nanny.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly beaten or something by men. She hated men.
Right.
That was another thing.
She's just gay. Back then, No.
She looked gay.
She was definitely gay.
Oh, yeah, but she definitely hated men for bad reasons. It seemed like
she was touched or something.
She was very scared of being around men, and was telling the kids basically you can't trust them and stuff. And there was something that happened with her and and a man back in the day. That's for sure.
Oh, you want to see a great doc? Have you seen The 7-5?
Of course I have.
Oh, that is amazing.
How great is that?
So good.
That was one of my favorites. We're supposed to get the main guy in.
Wow, really?
I've interviewed him.
No, I know. And then I saw it after he was in here, and I just tweeted to him, and he's like, hey, man, big fan of the show. Would love to come back. I'm like, fuck yeah. Love to have you back.
Wait, that guy's not in jail?
He's out. He did 12 years.
What?
He's out.
Holy shit.
The Dominican guy is out.
Oh, my God. That guy was out of a cartoon.
They're friends, I think.
Yeah, they're
what?
Not, yeah, you got to follow the one guy. What's his name? Michael, right?
Yeah, that guy's a fucking badass.
You got to follow his Twitter, because after I saw the 7-5, I went on his Twitter, and those two are hanging out. I think they have a little cigar company together now.
That's hilarious.
Michael Dowd.
That's it, Dowd. Yeah.
But life is weird. Life is weird. He was in jail for a while. His buddy was in jail for a while. And now look, they're in the cigar business.
Cigar called the 7-5. He named it after the fucking precinct.
That's hilarious.
And his old partner, they don't follow each other on Twitter. I think they've blocked each other. I forgot the other guy's name. That guy right there.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. But
what an amazing! Because you hear about all this shit, then to actually see it, mind blowing.
I'm amazed. Like when you just said he's out of jail. After seeing that documentary, you would assume that the guy is still in jail.
Oh yeah. But he's such a charismatic guy that he's probably in jail making friends with everybody. They probably loved him.
Yeah, he's got a fine personality, that Michael Dowd. But there he is. The other day at the St. Patrick's Day parade.
Union President Jim Boyle. Photo of him with Jim Boyle.
He's just living his life now, Michael Dowd.
Damn.
Yeah,
we got to get him in here.
Yeah. Usually you don't make it out of jail after those type of crimes. You know?
No. What was the name of the guy? The Dominican. He was really fucking scary.
Yeah, it was like Slippery Pete or something.
Ooh, really scary. But they were
Birthday Travis.
They were on vacation together, having drinks and smoking cigars.
Right.
On a beach location, just enjoying what now is their lives.
I wonder if Kenny ever saw any fun action like that in Newark.
I did everything by the book. He wasn't in Newark. He was in another town.
Oh, okay.
He worked in corrections in Newark.
Safe to say
Safe to say
he saw some things.
Yeah.
He saw some things.
You ever told about the time he wrestled that guy in a Dairy Queen?
No.
Like 17-year-old black kid, him and
Burger King.
Burger King. They're just going at it on the floor, scrapping.
Who?
Kenny.
It was just one of his. The guy wouldn't leave and threw a punch on him. He was just one of his.
When was this?
Oh, years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if he told me that one.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got $1 million.
I think the guy just, Oh, but guy, what good news! So I just think the guy was just one of those rowdy fucking youths.
Oh,
yeah. Wouldn't get the fuck out when he was asked.
Street tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my weekend. Netflixing my ass off. I saw the Jimmy Carr special too. Jimmy Carr is a funny man.
Yeah, he's very funny.
You guys know him personally?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, sweet guy.
Really,
some of the best Mr. X ever, I think.
His fucking dumb joke. I saw him. He stopped in the cellar the other night, and he did.
His Netflix special is called Funny Business.
My friend said, "What rhymes with orange?" I said, "No, it doesn't." Like, that was fucking hilarious. But yeah, he does have some goddamn good Mr. X.
Yeah, what's that other one? My wife smokes after sex, so we're going to start using lube.
Yeah, he's a very funny guy.
His delivery is rapid fire, man. He gets a lot of jokes in.
He's a huge comedian.
Yeah.
He's a massive comic. He's not as big in the States as he is overseas. But he's got over 6 million Twitter followers. Like, he's a very, very famous guy in Europe, and he works. Look at his calendar.
Yeah,
Jimmy works he works the earth. He's like Russell Peters. Yeah.
That is so weird. Why isn't he as big in America?
He's big in America, but he's one of those guys where that's
or
a great
bigger,
picture.
I guess.
Because I think that they don't spend enough time exclusively here. Like he'll go to your fucking. Like, I see him at Montreal a lot. At the festival. And then you don't see him for 6 months, and then he'll come into the cellar, and then all of a sudden he's gone for a year.
Yeah.
Look where he's,
Jesus.
Everywhere in the world he works.
There are a couple jokes I guess you have to live in London to understand. But
I'm sure.
But in general, I was laughing my ass off.
There's theaters all over the earth, all through 2017. He's booked.
Wow, Coliseum, Winter Garden.
He's booked through 2017.
Yeah, when they. Yeah, it was great. We're gonna have him on for the first time tomorrow, I believe. Good old Jimmy Carr.
He's the real deal too. He does that thing where he allows people to heckle him and then he shuts them down.
Right.
It's amazing.
Yeah, he's got some good heckles in this special.
Oh, really?
Yes. It was really funny. It's called Funny Business. It just popped up on Netflix.
Yeah.
And
he's a lovely gentleman.
Yeah, he really is.
He? Yeah.
Why are you laughing like that?
He's just like a proper British gentleman. Yeah, like he's just a very nice guy. Mm-hmm. He's legitimately a nice guy.
And someone said to look up Jimmy Carr's most offensive joke. Do you know it?
I don't know. I've done the Nasty Show with him, though, so it's not...
I found one on YouTube. Not jokes. No, it's not that one. I should have gave you the link before the show here, Paul. It's one quick joke. Yeah, go back. This might be it.
How'd you make a gay fuck a woman? Shit in her cunt. I know. Don't think I don't know, because I know. I know.
Can't do that one on regular radio.
No, it's funny too.
Wow.
Jimmy does like massive, fucking thousands of seats.
Yeah.
And he does long shows.
Yeah.
Like his specials are all like an hour and 15, hour and 20. He does.
That's a giant theater. I don't know. That's at least, I would say 3,000 to 4,000 people, right?
Yeah.
In that theater, at least.
A lot of specials.
I really enjoyed it.
It's cool to see a guy this famous who's good. Usually the big guys are very broad and easy.
Yeah.
He's
he has at least 6 specials.
Wow.
He's really dirty to have that type of fan base around the world being dirty.
He can do both.
He doesn't seem dirty because when you're, first of all, Corolla once said that. It's not as dirty if you're wearing a suit. We were doing something in Atlanta one time. I'm like, why are you wearing a jacket? It was a good piece of advice. It just doesn't seem as dirty. And because he's comfortable with it. For some reason, he has a way of selling it. It just doesn't seem dirty.
He's put together. Everything is perfect on the guy when he walks out.
That's true.
Nice suit, nice hair. Everything is, he's in good shape.
Yeah, he's just a very, very funny dude.
He's very unassuming.
Very unassuming. Mm-hmm. And then that led me to, he mentions in the Netflix special, this British show called Most Embarrassing Bodies. And then I got into a whole YouTube loop watching these episodes of this show called Most Embarrassing Bodies. And I gotta tell you, it's sort of like the old days when we used to do What the Hell Is That? So it's all these people that have all sorts of crazy shit going on with their bodies, and they call this show, and they have people on Skype waiting on a big screen, and then they show the doctors and the professionals what the fuck is wrong with them. And then they got a whole group of doctors over here that you could talk to them about your problem. And
is it like boils and moles and shit?
Everything. There was one like that.
Whoa!
Like that.
Is that a butthole?
Yeah, that is a butthole. They have no problem showing that on British TV.
That's quite a balloon knot.
What is that? Just are those fissures?
It looks like a dry riverbed in his ass.
Oh!
Right?
Yeah, that's probably just fissures.
It's like a nick on there.
But they're just showing this on TV because they got the two doctors, so I guess you could do that. Yeah, the guy just pulls his pants down on TV to show what his problem is, and then the doctors try to figure it out, and then they have other doctors standing by with all sorts of advice and things they could do to fix their problem.
Yeah, it's a fissure. You got to put a little paste in there, some mustache hair.
And then they had this young woman. I think she was like 19 years old, who had 32 double K boobs.
Wow!
Where the bra straps are just digging into her shoulders to the point, and then she has sores under her breast because she can't keep the area clean, or because it keeps rubbing. I guess
chafing
because it's so heavy. So then the lady goes, "All right, well, can we see?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she just whips out her giant boobs on this TV show.
What a great idea, because haven't we all had something on your body where you just want to show a doctor? You don't really want to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
You just want to show a doctor.
Yeah, for applause. Sometimes I'll take out my cock and just get the compliments.
Yeah.
We did a few episodes of that for the radio show. We should bring that back. What the hell is that?
Mm-hmm.
And we would have 2 or 3 doctors come in, and they would the people would actually come into the studio, and then they would, look at this. This is on TV. Large breasts, embarrassing bodies.
Is that Marina Franklin?
But I got into a loop of watching this dumb show. Supposedly it's very successful over there in Britain.
I love that this large breast has 8 million hits.
Of course it does.
That's great.
Wait, go to that one, Paul.
She looks kind of hot, actually.
She does look hot on the right side.
It's got
one down. One more down.
Substantially more than all the other ones.
Yeah. Wow, she's cute.
I'm going in to see Dr. Kim today for bigger silicone breast implants.
Bigger. She's going bigger. YouTube has strict rules, but if it's for some kind of medical procedure,
yeah.
So a lot of
true.
Even though they're going to be way bigger than for my body frame.
Wait, what is this rhino penis extension? See, now we're getting in a wormhole here.
What is that on the right side?
I forgot we had it, right?
This happens fairly commonly after breast augmentation.
But you try to put a video up there that's a little sexy, and YouTube takes it down. This guy looks like he's getting jerked off on the right side.
Yeah. Get used to the size.
But because it's some kind of quote medical procedure, they allow it. Are you kidding me?
These little girls are crazy. Like, if you get nice tits and they have to make them giant, it's like, stop.
I know.
You accomplished it. You look great now.
He kind of wanted to go in the mid-range.
That's the problem with all this shit. You know, some women go in for a little something, and then fast forward a bunch of years and they got a frozen face.
Yeah, you look like a boy for a while. Now you look like a girl. Fucking be happy with yourself. Right. Cut the malarkey.
Cut the malarkey. Wow, he's putting in giant
she's great
implants.
Little tits. What, she have nice, like little small C's?
Probably.
Oh, look at those.
Those are great.
That's what she has now, and she wants bigger? What is she doing?
Those are perfect.
Those are full C's, maybe even...
Yeah,
no,
right. Those are huge.
Those are probably D's she's
on that frame.
It doesn't look bad at all. Now she's having bigger ones put in. Like, so silly.
Yeah.
This obsession with big tits.
There's no way it just becomes your job if you're that doctor.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
No fucking way.
Big tits are great.
You got to keep it professional, but you're sitting there going, "Oh my God, I'm the luckiest man on earth."
Right.
Yeah.
Especially when you get that one, because you get the weird old lady every now and then. But when you get like a young 22-year-old with C's,
but after you fall asleep though, and then you got to cut their tits open, it's probably not as sexy when you have to do the surgery.
I don't know.
Yeah, but the prep work has got to be wonderful. You take out your Sharpie and you're like drawing all over the breast.
Then you just hit the clit for no reason.
Yeah. Why was the doctor making the heedle noise with his tongue?
Why was he tweaking the nips?
This is not sexy. They're pulling the fucking implant out.
They're pulling out the ones she had, which were perfect.
Yeah, they're putting the giant ones.
They were perfect for her body and everything, and now they're putting giant implants in.
It's like, sweetheart, you beat the system. You look good. Stop.
Yeah, you found a doctor that, made it look natural.
She getting double D's put in, I bet?
Those are huge.
Oh, it's open. She's awake through this whole thing, too? That's amazing.
Oh, well,
and they cover the nipples. Like,
all right,
God, what children we are.
That doesn't look too bad.
All right.
They're giant now. Now you look ridiculous.
No, they're giant tits. They look pretty good, but it's just
But she
silly.
didn't need that.
Yeah, you're still talentless.
Now they're too big for her body.
She is cute.
Yeah, but they're too big.
Those are way over double
Way
D's
too
now.
big.
She had full C's easily, if maybe a D.
She's been massaging.
Yeah.
Ooh, she's been massaging her breasts.
Ooh.
Tell us more.
Yeah.
This wasn't part of Most Embarrassing Bodies. Now we're just in a wormhole.
I'd massage those titties for you.
Yeah.
I had to talk sexy.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you get in here? I'll massage those titties.
Why is he knocking on the door if he's going to see her tits anyway? Shouldn't he just walk in?
Good point.
Yeah, she might be sticking a tamp in.
A tamp.
Or pad.
Oh, look at this. He gets to touch them.
Yeah.
Look at that's
exactly. That's the receptionist. They're too big. They're way too big. Those are nice teardrop tits, though. Who is this guy? He's a Beverly Hills guy.
This guy.
There's a maestro.
All right, broads, line up. I'm sending you out to this guy.
That's why he's in Beverly Hills. Look at him. He's lightly touching with his fingers, though.
And she won't look in his eyes.
Yeah.
Because you're so little, but they aren't.
Those are amazing.
She's babbling. He's not hearing a word she's saying.
He just wants the motorboat.
Taking pictures, but he's taking them on his iPhone. But the problem is, they're covering the fucking.
He's Vivian Maiering her.
They're covering the nipples because it's fucking TV and we're Americans and silly. But you can't see if there's a big scar.
He did a very good job.
Oh, they're teardrop tits. They're awesome.
Why is he taking pictures? Does he really need the pictures for his file? Get the fuck out of here.
They're big teardrop tits.
It's a big file.
We'll tweet this shit out for you guys.
Dr. David Kim, let's plug this guy. He's a hero among men.
Yeah.
He's a god.
Yeah.
Doing the Lord's work.
I love listening to you go from this is ridiculous to oh my god, these are amazing.
That's true. We turned a corner.
I'm not a big fan of giant triple Ds or whatever, but they look like real breasts. They're wonderful, hanging.
But it's before. Look at the before.
They were great.
What are you doing?
Yeah, they were stupendous, but that's
She had
her.
amazing before breasts. They were implants, but she got. I mean, those are huge.
Before and after look exactly the same.
No.
I mean,
Look
as
how
far
much
as the
bigger.
shape of the tit.
Oh, yeah, sure.
They don't need to be done. You should have left them.
This guy's from Beverly Hills. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, you got to be a successful plastic surgeon or tit guy out there. You better be good.
I don't think the guy in Des Moines is getting the same results.
No, not at all.
No.
He probably goes in through the heel.
A lot of guesswork in Des Moines, I would assume. Do we go with the dick one now? Now we're in the rabbit hole.
I don't know if I want to see that. Show it.
The penis extension. Get to the money shot.
The heel.
We're getting to the money shot.
Wow.
Whoa. Oh, that's what that was.
Oh, the rhino goes inside the cock.
That's
wow.
a girthy bitch.
Right. Yeah, who's that fat-handed idiot holding it? Who's that fucking meaty-handed person with the...
Wait, you put that on your dick and then you have sex?
You know how you know you're fat is when your hands are out straight and there's still like little fat marks on the wrist? That's the hand of a fatty.
Yeah.
What? That's horrible.
Wait, you
fat bent wrist fucking...
You put that on?
I guess.
Oh, God. Why?
It's your sleeve when you play... Look at Fatso's wrist.
That is a fat hand.
What a fucking fat hand.
Damn.
The rhino. I put pudding in this when I'm not having sex. What a slob.
Doctor has to take photos to show future patients. Now, I do understand in the end, but come on.
I would never want the rhino over my dick. I'd feel like a silly goose.
Yeah.
It looks ridiculous.
Yeah, you look like an asshole.
You do look like an asshole. So, Jimmy Carr, Most Embarrassing Bodies. Yeah, that show was awesome. There were some weird things people have going on.
Yeah.
And then they did a bed bug experiment where they got a lady to volunteer to, you know how you do those sleep studies?
Sure.
So they put her in a bed. And they put, I think, one bed bug.
Oh, it wasn't infested.
Oh, that's fine.
One bed bug in, and then the guy's just watching her sleep all night, and with the infrared and all that, he's like, okay, there's the bed bug, climbing up the comforter. All right, now it's on her body. Oh, it just bit her arm, and then it bit her, I guess, under the chin, on the neck,
mm-hmm.
and then. I guess they closed off the sleep study room, left the bed bug in there. I didn't get to the future episode where they said, and now we'll see what happens the next time we open this room up, and she's going to sleep in there again. Supposedly, they did show a coming attraction where that lousy 1 or 2 bed bugs is now just a million, not a million, but a whole bunch of them.
She's going to stay there again?
Yeah, I didn't get to that episode yet, but she was going to go back.
Yeah.
Why would you volunteer for that?
Hell on earth. I had them for a month. I got an exterminator. I bought a new bed. I washed everything I owned. Bought a new mattress. Still didn't get rid of them, so I had to move.
It was probably the wood. My ex had them, and there was a piece of wood that her bed was on. It was like a studio, and she thinks they lived in there. They just can't get in there deep enough, I guess.
Man.
They're motherfuckers. Or if they exterminate somewhere else, then they come in your house because it's clean.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a torture, man.
I think you might want to look this up, but one bed bug bite, that bug doesn't have to eat for the next, oh, God. It was either 2 years or 7 years.
What?
I got to have a notepad when I fucking watch this shit.
That seems...
It was probably 2 years. But he's good for 2 years, or she, whatever the fuck. The bug is good for 2 years.
Yeah, I'm itching just thinking about it. You'd wake up at night like a nom-vet. You're like, you can't sleep. You're climbing the walls.
Wait, were you getting bitten at night and feeling it, or were you just knowing that it was happening?
Well, once you don't really feel it, but then once you know that they're in there, you can't sleep.
Every time you itch, yeah.
Yeah. You're rolling over, and you're flipping the covers up, turning a light on.
Did you ever see one alive or no?
Rarely. And you'd squeeze the hell out of it. It's your blood.
Wow.
It's very psychological.
I had fleas.
Oh, that's bad, too.
I took in a wild cat, which was stupid, but I fell in love with this dumb thing. And then I was infested with fleas to the point I would look at the rug and you could see them jumping up and down a few inches off the rug. And I'm wondering if it's the same thing. When you got one, you knew that was going to be itchy and a mess for at least a week, right?
Yeah.
That itch didn't go away like the next day.
Right. And the problem with fleas is, even if you catch one, they're so small that you can't kill it. You have to get your 2 nails on there to pop it.
Same shit, though. They used to sell, I don't know if they do any more of those bombs.
Oh, yeah.
Where you set them off and you got to leave your house and they just explode and the powder goes everywhere or whatever. I tried that a million fucking times because I didn't have the money for an exterminator.
Came back, your cat's dead.
And the same shit. I was throwing out everything. I would have thrown out literally everything I owned to get rid of the fleas.
I would let like what they're doing right now on this BBC. I would let one of them bite me in the lab because it's a cleaner one or whatever. But I'm sure it doesn't hurt. They would wake you.
Paul, you had the episode I was watching. Fast forward to the end and to the bed bug area.
Bed the bug.
This is definitely different than what I saw. But I have tiny little scars up and down both arms from just being bitten over and over again by fleas. Tiny little fucking marks.
I got scars on my heart.
For what reason?
Fucking being hurt.
Being hurt and shit. How would Jim feel if he had access to videos like these when he was a kid?
I'm sure, what do you mean, the bed bugs?
No, just the breast videos.
Oh my God, yeah. It's incomprehensible to me that we can watch this stuff at all. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Those videos in a way are like kind of hotter than watching porn at times.
They're showing a guy pull a tick out of his own arm it's got its head buried. What assholes ticks are? Pull your head out, you fucking dope.
Is that a tick?
Yeah, those are ticks.
Oh, shit.
They're flat. Ticks are usually flat like that.
Yeah.
Until they grab some of your blood and then they fucking blow up.
Man, that's
Get all
Lyme
fat
disease.
and shit.
Yeah, I'm sure that these are lab.
Yeah.
Hey, look at his little arms moving.
Boy, he's in there.
Well, they really don't fucking protect their assholes when they're eating, do they?
Jesus.
Like ostriches.
Yeah, you should stick something up the tick's ass and he'll let go.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, maybe a little rhino plastic penis extension.
Yeah.
The tick would tick hiney.
The tick would just go,
yeah,
and open its mouth, and then you can get it off your body.
He's cumming your own blood on you. You're like, oh boy, this backfired.
This backfired.
Fuck, we got a gay tick.
But most embarrassing bodies. Thank you to Jimmy Carr. I mean, I was just watching his hilarious, Netflix special that he turned me on to that show too.
Yeah,
I'm going to watch a few more episodes of that thing.
He's got to be a millionaire, huh?
Perhaps more than that, as we like to say around here.
Oh boy, sorry.
You don't want to go back to that there, Paul? It was the video you were showing us from the beginning.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Oh, man.
No. Wow, you've looked up a lot of stuff already.
I went to the hospital when I had the bed bugs. I thought I was
Really?
I thought I had hives or some shit.
How many bites did you have?
My neck was covered. It was crazy. And I probably had 40 bites all over my neck. And they get you in the crevices, like back of the knee, armpit,
right,
elbow area.
I wonder why they go there.
They said it's warmer.
Oh, they're just going for warmth.
Yeah.
They think the blood's warmer or something? What? I mean, a bite's a bite, you would think.
Well, they just, I guess they're sensors. Like, they always know. They can kind of tell when you're asleep, too. Somebody told me it was the something that happens with the oxygen when you're breathing or the steady breathing. They can tell when something is sleeping.
Yeah, imagine crawling across your forehead. Oh, my God.
They walk lightly, though. They really do step lightly.
Yeah.
Stepping lightly. That'd be the name of his if a tick wrote an autobiography.
Stepping lightly.
Yeah, stepping lightly.
Paul's
the autobiography of a tick.
You're lost on YouTube, aren't you? It was the one with the guy that pulled down his pants and showed the dry riverbed in his ass. Whatever that was. Right?
Oh, yeah, the anal fish.
Sure. Anal fissures.
Anal fissures.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, go all the way to the end to the bedbug part.
How's that guy ever going to get laid again? Showing his dirty asshole.
Yeah, go back. So here's the guy. All right.
House is you just need one person to walk in with one on their clothes, and pretty soon you'll have an outbreak.
And for some people, that means a nasty welch rash on your arm or your leg.
This is Mark.
It can also cause a lot of stress and anxiety, and of
course,
bed
bug.
Insomnia. Well, one brave volunteer.
Also weird that my roommates never got bid. It was just me. They picked people.
No.
Yeah. My roommate lived there for like 20 years or 10 years.
House of Infestation. So they got a volunteer.
Our bug specialist, Dr. James Logan, is conducting a 5-week experiment to see how bedbugs breed in our homes. He's already set up a special sealed lab with a control room and an all-white bedroom.
Would you do this?
He's released two bedbugs.
I would not.
Researcher Angela has volunteered to sleep there to see what happens.
Oh, she's a researcher?
Just gone midnight.
And they show the bedbug going up the...
Two bugs. There's one and is sitting there on the headboard right beside Angela's head, which is
Where do they put
incredible.
them?
And the other one's just sort of roaming around on the floor, so it'll be interesting to see how quickly it makes its way.
Oh, they just put them in the room.
Yeah, they find her.
This could happen in any bedroom, including
pause
yours.
this for a second. Yeah, they're basically trying to do it probably what happened to our friend Mark, where they don't start on the bed.
No.
So you just throw one in this little sleep area, and then they're waiting to see how long it takes for them to, discover the body in the bed.
Yeah. Good luck getting me to do that. That's my new hook. I mention crazy things on stage and I say that.
Push play.
It's a good one.
All it takes is for you to accidentally bring a bedbug home on your clothes or bags, and you could find yourself becoming their evening meal, just like Angela.
God, they're such dicks.
Now it's on the pillow.
Just appeared.
How does she sleep on her back knowing bedbugs are there?
I know. It's moving incredibly quickly.
I'd be playing possum.
Smell, and now it's trying to find her skin.
Bedbugs literally sniff us out by detecting the carbon dioxide we exhale.
Oh, it's on her hair. Seriously?
It's on her hair.
It's on her hair.
That's actually quite... Even I've got...
Bedbugs are like little Bill Cosby's.
Just thinking about a bedbug in your hair.
The bugs need a blood meal before they can breathe, so they both come out to feed.
It's about 1:25 in the morning.
There it is.
And there's a bedbug having a good old munch on her arm there.
How the fuck does she sleep on her back like that?
Angela can't feel the bedbug biting because it's injected an anesthetic into her skin, and this one meal can keep it alive for up to 2 years.
There you go.
Which is one of the reasons they're so hard to get rid of.
It's massive. Check the size of its belly. It's full of blood. Bedbugs can take about 3 times their own body weight in blood, and that's why it's struggling to move. It's probably going to drop off the edge of the bed.
Just falls back to the floor.
Done and done.
Little fat bed bug. That's a cute nickname for someone. Come here, you little fat bed bug.
In the lab,
give me a hug.
Angela's been bitten by both bugs.
So she got bit twice.
It bit her on the clitoris.
And she got a bite on her neck and a bite on her head.
Yeah.
Her clitoris is like a raisin. It was like a grape. But the bedbug has sucked all the blood out of her clitoris, and now it's like a grape. A raisin, I mean.
Yeah, if you had a boner, he could really suck the blood out. It's like a power bar.
The rest of the day, you'll probably develop...
Yes, I had an erection, and the bedbug bit the shaft, and I bled like Kennedy.
2 itchy bites. Angela and Dr. Logan now leave the lab.
Yes, and they have anal sex, and he gets a fissure in her bum.
He seals his lab.
In 5 weeks, we'll find out if they've started a full-blown infestation. And Angela will be back to bravely let the bedbugs bite once again.
Now look at how many.
Literally crawling with bedbugs.
I'm getting all fidgety here.
See, I got to find the next episode.
Yes, Embarrassing Bodies episode 2.
I had to go to a kid's party, but they go back 5 weeks later, and now there's a whole shitload of bed bugs in there, and she's going to sleep again.
They were pregnant. We should have put 2 males who would have engaged in homosexual activity. It's Travis's birthday. We gave him bed bugs, and they bit him.
What about that anesthesia? So you don't even feel the thing biting you?
I wish my pre-cum was like that. How great would that? You're rubbing someone's hiney, they don't know what are you doing back there? Nothing. Just fucking giving you a massage.
So,
wow. Boy, speaking of shitty bugs, I went to the Bronx Zoo this weekend. Have you been there?
I have.
Oh, what a shithole.
Wow.
That place sucked. I felt ripped off.
Why'd you feel ripped off?
Well, half the exhibits were closed. There was a lot of scary children running around and weird guys, and getting off the train is terrifying.
It's I don't know if you're supposed to go to the zoo in the wintertime.
That was my fault.
I think a lot of them are just kind of inside waiting for spring.
But I was hoping it would be like a haven in the Bronx, but it was very Bronxy still. The zoo itself was,
As soon as you get into
shitty.
As soon as you get into the gates of the Bronx Zoo, you were still scared.
No, I mean I wasn't nervous then, but it sucked.
Yeah, the turtle has on a bandana.
Right. Yeah.
Oof.
I don't know.
I went a couple years ago. I didn't mind it, but we didn't go in the winter.
I want to go to the bedbug display in the Bronx.
Right.
But they keep crawling out.
What'd you see? You see anything good?
I saw a lion. That was cool.
Yeah.
A bunch of those baboons with the blue butt or the red butt, whatever.
Yeah, right.
So it was all right, but...
You see the rhinos?
Rhinos were out. Gorillas were out.
Out meaning you didn't see them?
Yeah, they were like, due to weather, blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
Saw a hyena. I saw giraffes. The giraffes are indoors.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Oh, they must hate that.
Oh, yeah.
They can't be happy about it.
Because when you're a kid, you go to the zoo, you're like, hey, look how fun. But then when you're an adult, you're like, oh, they had to ship that panda here in a box.
Right.
And you start realizing all the realities of it.
I'm kind of with you. I fucking kind of hate all of it now.
Yeah.
The older I get. And then the phones will light up. Fuck you. Who gives a fuck? They're there for our pleasure.
No, they should stop with these. These are awful.
Did you see the old cages that they used to keep them in?
No.
That was kind of encouraging. They still have the old cages from the turn of the century. And now they just got plants and squirrels going in and out. And they kind of show you how they used to have these things on display in just tiny, tiny little cages. Now they at least try to let them roam a bit more nowadays.
Well, as much as I want the animals to feel comfortable, those cages, at least you can see it. Sometimes you get there and that fucking thing's hiding behind a corner or something behind a tree or a little cave.
You got a whole football field you got to search to find the black bear.
Yeah, and you're tapping on the glass like an idiot. It's like, come on, motherfucker, get angry.
Yeah, because I paid for this shit.
Yes, exactly.
I want to see something.
Right.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And then they try to do I was like, I should get my money back. There's no animals. And they were like, well, have you been to the beetle house? Who the fuck wants to go to the beetle house?
What a weird thing to do.
It was a day date.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That means you must like this gal if you're taking her to the Bronx Zoo.
Well, we did a little hooking up in the aviary.
Birds?
Yeah, in the bird
area.
Birds? The bird, hut.
Were you making out?
Yeah, there was some heavy petting.
Heavy petting?
I got a finger in.
Looking at boys.
Yeah.
So how can you say this sucks?
Well, the zoo sucked. We had to make the most of it. I had to get some labia in my hands just to make it worthwhile.
Nice.
Imagine if a bird thought you were offering it to them and they came out and they bit her on the labia. Fucking pelican.
Bird seed.
I love that there was nothing to see, so you made your own fun.
Oh, it was brutal.
Good for you, Mark. Good for you.
Yeah, and that train ride alone. Whew.
You took the train up there.
Yeah, that's a doozy.
Is it the D?
No, we did the 6 to the 2.
6 to the 2 for the locals.
Yeah.
Most of the country is like, who gives a fuck? It's 6 to the 2. I understand the 6 to the 2, though.
The 3-block walk from the train to the zoo is the
a little
scariest part, yeah. A couple guys riding on 4-wheelers doing wheelies down the, Bronx Highway or whatever you call that.
Right.
No one bothered you, right?
They got their own rules up there. You're allowed to just do wheelies.
Yeah, it was very lawless.
Yes, I've noticed that before.
It's anarchy up there.
Yeah.
They got their own style.
Yeah, simpler time. It's crazy to think that was all Jewish and Irish at one point.
Was it really?
Well, I think the Bronx is pretty, Stanley Kubrick, Robert Klein.
That's right.
All the Bronx.
Jake LaMotta.
Pelham
Parkway.
That was it, though, huh?
But then it's also weird. You're in the zoo and you can hear like is it ranchero music coming from the apartments? What is that music?
Reggaeton.
Maybe a little reggaeton.
Reggaeton.
Yeah.
Well, how about you're trying to like enjoy, almost feel like you're being tricked into nature, and then you see the apartment buildings right there.
Right. You see a Puerto Rican flag hanging out of an AC unit.
Above where the monkeys are supposed to be in the, quote, wild.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I like going there. We go there every couple of years.
You see a monkey beating on a drum, then you look on the sidewalk, there's a guy beating on a drum. Yeah, it's like, evolution, eh? Oh, boy.
Jesus.
I'm just saying what I saw. I'm not insinuating.
You say whatever you want, Mark Norman.
Oh, boy.
That's why you're special.
Just painting a picture.
What was the highlight besides the fingering?
Probably the lion. The lion was up there.
Yeah.
How miserable that lion must be. Just sitting there in the Bronx.
Yeah. And then the antelope were pretty majestic. Got to see some antelope running. And the monkeys are cool just jumping from rope to rope was fun to watch.
You should have went to the Central Park Zoo.
I know.
A lot closer, and you probably would have...
You're right.
It probably would have ended with a fingering as well.
Yeah, and they got the sea lions there.
You could do the Central Park Zoo in an hour.
I know.
Nice and quick.
And it's clean. The Central Park feels more modern. That Bronx Zoo, it felt like I was in the 70s.
Yeah.
They need a massive makeover, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
But the Central Park Zoo is all right. That's quick and easy, too. Got the sea lions, you got the polar bears... Some penguins, some bats, I believe, and then you get the hell out of there. Some snow monkeys, some red pandas.
Wow, red panda.
So
it's a great restaurant. This is how much I like this new broad. We went to the Holocaust Museum yesterday.
Jesus,
fun date.
What the hell?
That was pretty hot.
I can't go to a Holocaust museum.
It's a doozy.
It's a little rough.
Should let you finger her in there too?
Yeah, well,
what do you find?
I got a little action in there.
What?
A little handy, and they have like the Anne Frank movie playing on a loop.
Yeah,
and it's dark. Get a couple seats, pull a Fred Willard.
Did you really?
Yeah, I mean it's just
during the Anne Frank movie.
Well, she's cute.
Oh, Mark, you fucking rule.
She's not bad.
Really?
Yeah, she's all right.
You ain't fucking around.
No. I mean, I'm not jizzing on the seats or anything, but
where's the Holocaust Museum in New York?
Battery Park.
And what do they got in there?
I've never been there.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's really well done.
What do they got in there? Give me the lay of the land.
Well, it just starts off with like Jews living in Poland and wherever the hell, and then
in peace, just trying to live their fucking lives.
Yeah, and then it goes all the way to World War II, and then how they got out of World War II.
Oh, wait, this is an anti-Holocaust museum? Oh, I'm not going.
Yeah, it's all a lie.
Well, I wanted to go see it.
It's really cool, and it's they don't hold back.
There's one in D.C. too, I think, right? Isn't there?
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, I think I walked by it. There's an outside display with all the names. Really depressing.
What do you mean by they don't hold back?
I mean, they just show the gruesome Holocaust. There's pictures of all the people standing there, and they have dried shit on their legs because they just shit themselves, and the shit freezes, and it's just like you forget about all that part.
That's
like, I knew they were starving and whatever, but then you're like, oh man, the shitting and the.
And then you got assholes that claim it never happened. Like,
how weird is that?
How what do you do with people like that?
Yeah, that's like the climate change weirdos. They just deny everything.
Right, that's ridiculous. Do they have some of their stuff?
Oh yeah, tons of stuff.
Like what?
Like they have all their clothes. They have piles of baby shoes and shit from the kids that were just killed.
Fuck.
It's bananas.
Yeah,
they don't hold back.
I don't know if I could go to that. That's rough. I understand what happened. I don't know if I could walk through that. I guess I could walk through it, but that's at the museum?
I mean, that photo is, yeah.
We're looking at a massive pile of shoes.
It's crazy.
Just massive.
So weird. Somebody was just wearing those, walking around.
I know.
And fucking see, 100 or 70 years later, they're in a fucking pile somewhere in New York.
And then the guy that had a micro penis.
Right. And they show like all these, they have actual signs of like "Get Out Jews," written in German. It's really cool.
Right.
And then you realize every group should go through there just to realize, look, a lot of people had it bad. It's not just your group.
Right. Just say it, Mark. The blacks.
No. Talking about the Haitians. Shit, they're black.
Yeah, that would be one of those things where you want people to go and see it.
Mm-hmm.
You had a hell of a weekend.
You know, the Irish are like, we were slaves, and then they were like, we were slaves, so you know.
Then again, I've never seen it. I'm saying people should go see it, and I've never seen it.
You should go.
I would. I didn't even know there was one in New York.
Were you depressed by the end of it?
Yeah, oh man. We were having a good time making out and playing grab ass, and by the end of it, you're like, oh my God, I got to make some changes.
They don't... Nothing uplifting by the end?
No.
Before you go back into the beautiful sunny day?
No, and they even put a nice little fake gas chamber at the end, so you're like, Jesus.
Really?
No, I made that up. Oh. But it's a bummer.
Well, there was a controversy outside Auschwitz or Dachau, one of them over the
showers?
Yeah, they had these showers that were like misting because literally it was so hot.
Oh.
And people said that was in really poor taste, but they said we're just doing it for safety. It's hot. And
right.
Humans are just assholes. I mean, if you're going there, deal with the fact that it's probably going to be really fucking hot, and if you can't handle that, then oh well.
Yeah.
But they sort of made them put these showers up to mist. Yeah, they would walk through mist to cool down. There they are. Something like that.
What do you think it is? Because after going through this music, what is it about the Jews that everybody hated so much? What is it?
I don't know why they were a scapegoat. I don't know why.
Is it the inclusion? How Jews are like, we're chosen?
Don't know.
It's got to be something.
I literally don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's one reason.
Yeah,
I really don't.
They show the propaganda, how they have the cartoons of all the Jew, and they're so evil looking with the big nose and the horns and everything. It's crazy.
Right.
They have children's books there of showing like how to keep away from the Jew house.
Right. I speaking of noses, I also over the weekend learned how big Richard Nixon's nose was. Everyone knows how big it was. But people said when you saw it like straight on, it was ridiculously wide on top of it.
Oh, really? It had girth.
It had girth as well.
Let's see that schnoz.
I think I learned that through Dick Cavett's book or something. But they said, the profile was one thing, but they said when you looked straight on, it was pretty amazing how wide it was on top of it.
Oh, yeah. That is quite a gin blossom.
CNN's doing a great series on, past political campaigns and whatnot, and the Nixon-Kennedy one was really, really good to watch.
Yeah.
And how Nixon got just fucked by that first debate, looking old and
sweaty,
shiny and sweaty. And I guess JFK came in. I didn't know this about that. JFK came in for the debate in Chicago, first televised debate, and they asked him if he wanted makeup, and he said no. And most people know that. But Richard Nixon was a man's man. He was obsessed with, men being men. Mm-hmm. So he saw that Kennedy didn't go for the makeup. So he was the one that desperately needed it. He goes, no, basically saying if he's not doing makeup, I'm not doing fucking makeup. And then Kennedy went to his green room and got all sorts of makeup. It was a little trick.
Oh,
wow.
A little
smart
trick. And then he's looking all presidential and smooth, and Richard Nixon is just a shiny, sweaty mess on TV.
Yeah.
The fascinating part about this thing that I also learned was the fact that people that watched the debate thought Kennedy won, right?
Uh-huh.
But they said the radio audience thought Nixon won because they didn't see him.
He doesn't look that bad here, right?
Interesting.
He put some kind of, he had one of his guys go out and get some kind of shave lotion or something that he put all over his face right before.
Why?
I don't know.
Probably shit they believed in then.
But it was just, it just made it look even worse.
But man, John F. is striking. Look at it. He's his perfect hair.
And what people didn't know was he had horrible medical issues.
Yeah, he's a disaster. Bad back.
Really?
Yeah.
And Nixon was actually in way better shape medically.
Huh.
And but it didn't come across that way when you see the two on TV. Nixon was definitely, I said it right, in shape, but it was good. CNN's doing a pretty good job with that whole thing.
Yeah.
And Lyndon B. Johnson really wasn't a fan of Kennedy whatsoever. And then Kennedy picked him to try to win the southern states when he got the nomination. He figured he could deliver some of the southern states.
Didn't Nixon cry when he got impeached? Wasn't it famous
during one of his speeches about there'll be no books written about my mother? He got a little choked up. What a saint his mother was.
A little bit.
Vivian Maier was a cunt. It was a really weird speech. Took a picture of my mother. I had her face punched.
Frost Nixon was good too.
I never saw it.
Very good.
Never saw it. I gotta go down and check that out, I guess.
Yeah, and I think he actually weeps, but
okay.
Let me see.
America needs a full-time president. and a full-time Congress, particularly at this time with problems we face at home and abroad, to continue to fight through the months ahead for my personal vindication would almost totally absorb the time and attention of both the President and the Congress in a period when our entire focus should be on the great issues of peace abroad and prosperity without inflation at home. Therefore, I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow.
Noon tomorrow. And then he took off in his little helicopter, and that was it.
Yeah, find Nixon's mother speech. If they, I think we might have talked about that.
I don't know if I've ever seen the mother speech.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. He just talks about his mom, and I think he gets a little
choked up about it.
Yeah. No,
my mother was a saint, right?
Yeah, my mother.
Let me see.
He said cunt, but they dubbed it over as saint.
Nobody will ever write a book probably about my mother.
My mother.
Well, I guess all of you would say this about your mother. My mother was a saint.
Teardrop.
And I think of her, 2 boys dying of tuberculosis.
It's funny, I see that teardrop, I just think about those tits.
In order that she could take care of my older brother for 3 years in Arizona.
Boy, he is wet. He's sweating.
And seeing each of them die. And when they died, it was like one of her own. Yes, she will have no books written about her. But she was a saint.
Damn.
Yeah. That was heavy.
That was heavy.
Yeah, oh, mama's boy.
Well, you write the book.
Yeah.
Did Nixon have any siblings that survived?
I don't know.
I like looking up pictures of siblings of famous people.
My mother was a squirter. Look at my face. Do you know how fast I would have got fired from radio in the fucking 70s if I said that on the air?
Oh,
radio?
my God.
My mother squirted all over my face. She got excited. She put someone's wooden leg in her vagina and squirted on my face. On my face. My mother was a deviant whore. Squirter. My mother liked things where the shit came out. One time she put a wooden shoe in her backside.
She liked a fist in her poo box.
My mother liked a fist where the duty comes out. She'd squirt all over my face and make it shiny.
I lost a ring in there.
I lost my eye watch in my mother's rectum.
Wow.
There'll be no books that aren't pop up with black cocks written about my mother. There will be a few short stories about her.
Maybe a pamphlet.
There'll be a short story about how my mother liked 2 at 1. She was a 3-holer.
All 3 imports.
My mother liked to be filled. She would say, Dick, get your friends to plug my holes.
Oh my God.
My mother was a squirter.
She was a
and a Holocaust denier. My mother hated the Jews.
She was a saint on earth.
Yeah. Oh, no. I think my mother had sex with Spiro Agnew while I was in China. She ate his hiney in the Oval Office to humiliate me. And I could never prove it, but he knew I knew. He'd look at me and he'd say, "How was your trip, Mr. President?" And he'd wink and lick his lips. My mother didn't know how to take care of tuberculosis. She was a shitty nurse.
Wow.
My middle name is Millhouse. My mother was a twat.
Boy, you got half a new special.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice picture of Richard and his mother.
Jeez.
My mother wore a polka dotted dress and had big giant tits that were natural. Those were not fakes. They were giant droopy teardrops.
Big heavy ones.
Yeah, big heavy ones.
For Richard's mom.
That's a nice suit he's got on.
That's a schnoz, too.
That's true.
Go back to the picture of his brother. I do this from time to time. I look up famous people's brothers and sisters and what they look like, especially if they've never been in the in the limelight. There you go.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
Richard Nixon's
Edward
brother,
Nixon.
Edward Nixon.
Is he alive?
Yeah.
How old is he?
41.
Oh, he's 41. 85 years old.
Is that it? How old was Nixon when he died?
86. Nixon was 81, I want to say. 81. There you go.
Hey.
That's pretty young for
Nailed it.
I nailed that one. And he died in 94. So, wait, his brother's how old? 85? And Nixon died in 94 at the age of 81, so you got to add another 22 years onto that. Holy fuck.
106 and 85. That's a
21-year difference.
Yeah, my mother liked to fuck.
Jeez.
My mother took a break and then started getting dick again, and he popped out. My mother didn't believe in birth control. She'd say, fatten me up, you, and then add your own racial epithet.
She ain't come with a spoon.
My mother liked to be fucked from the back and filled like a donut.
Oh, boy. Same parents for Edward Nixon? Is that possible? What do you think? Same parents.
Whittier, California.
You ever see Muhammad Ali's brother?
No.
Muhammad Ali has a brother. That was sort of in the background, but, kept out of the spotlight as well. That one, freaked me out a little bit.
Shit.
Raymond, yeah.
Look at that. Raymond
Ali.
It's probably, is it Raymond or Ramon?
Ramon, probably, right?
Ramon.
Look at it. He looked like a badass.
Well, he even changed his name. His real last name is Clay.
Yeah.
And he also was a boxer. He was a heavyweight.
Coattails.
And he's 72 years old.
I know his brother, his last name's Noodle.
Rudy Clay.
Ramen.
He was born Rudolph Clay. Jeez. Yeah. Do the Google image.
Cassius Clay. Best name ever, and he had to change it.
That was a good name.
Yeah.
He had a sweet name.
He changed it to something pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
You had to get used to it. I remember you had to get used to it first. Look at that. There's his brother, though. Did you know he had a brother?
I had no idea, dude.
Who's that guy with the mustache?
Oh, my God.
Is that William Stevenson?
Oh, no.
What is that?
That's his wife? Or is that his sister? Oh, no.
That's a character.
Oh, my God.
She's
what
one
is
of those
that?
old ladies with a lot of facial hair.
Wait, come on. Who is that?
Wait,
you have to talk to somebody about that when you're in your 70s.
Wait, that's the lead singer of the Alabama Shakes.
I'm with you. I got it, Marky.
Thank you.
I got that one.
That is wild.
Who is that, though? Is that his sister?
And you can't have the short haircut,
Does it explain who that is?
It looks like the dude from the Cleveland show.
That looks like Ali in 1981.
It does.
She looks like Bookman from Good Times.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Is that Muhammad Ali's?
Out.
Oh, she's awful. She should be doing the weather on NBC. Oh, no. Oh, ma'am.
She's in a lot of pictures. It must be Muhammad Ali's brother's wife.
It is.
It is. Okay. Well, that's like a full mustache.
That's his wife.
That's a full mustache.
Jesus.
You know how hot she must have been when he met her years ago?
I don't know.
You got to say to her, look, I know you're old, but you got to do something. This is not...
Wow.
I mean, they have the same stash. Oh, come on.
He even shaves his, probably trying to give her a hint.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's bananas.
You would swear that's a dude in a dress.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Maybe, is there a younger shot of her? Let's get her name.
We're looking. At Muhammad Ali's brother's wife.
Oh, man.
Wait, go back.
I'm sure she's a lovely lady.
Sure.
She better be.
She's a wonderful lady.
She better be.
She'll give you a good time at the Bronx Zoo.
She better.
She better have the greatest personality ever.
She better be fucking sunshine every day, no matter what's happening.
Yeah.
Cynthia, it looks like. Right?
Oh, man.
Cynthia.
Every year for Christmas and an anniversary, just a box of razors.
We can't really find younger pictures of her.
Ah, damn.
But, wow.
Because she was younger, she was here's a little Marvin Gaye.
There's a little nugget, though. How did we get here?
What's his wife's
Muhammad Ali's brother's wife. How did we get here?
Yeah, but we got here.
That's why I love doing radio. You never know where this fucking thing's going.
Yeah, what'd you do with radio before the internet?
It made it a lot easier.
Yeah.
A lot easier to just check this shit out and comment about it.
Just going through almanacs?
Pretty much. Pretty pathetic, actually. You really depended on the newspapers.
Yeah, oh, that's
and
right.
magazines.
That's right.
Magazines would have some of these old pictures or whatever, obviously.
Right. You hear a lot of ruffling.
All right. Now that we got to Muhammad Ali's brother's wife, I think it's time for a break. Wow, that is something.
It's like Percy Sledge.
Mark Norman in studio. What do you got, Mark? At Mark Norm on the old Twitter.
Yeah, I got some weird date. Nashville, Zanies, May 13th, May 26th. I'm at Vancouver, Comedy Mix, and then I'm going to Australia. I'm going to Melbourne for most of April.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then we're at Moon Tower.
Very cool.
Are you going to go to Moon Tower?
Yeah, I think we're doing Moon Tower
Austin,
this year, right?
Yeah.
I want to go to Australia badly.
Never been?
No.
Mark's going.
I hear it's pretty great.
You've never been, so this will be your first time in Australia.
Yeah, I was talking to Michael Che. He's like, I don't want to out him, but he was like, I had a woman every night because in Australia, that's the only chance they'll get to fuck a black guy. So he just cleaned up.
He did numbers there in Australia.
Oh, yeah.
And what, they just take you around, how many gigs? How long?
It's a gig a night for 2 weeks.
Wow.
And, they just love comedy there, and they don't get a lot of great comedy, and it's just a after party every night. So he's like, you got to just don't die out there.
I hear from a lot of people from Australia that like this radio show, but I'm like, how many could there possibly be? But like, you wouldn't believe how many people listen to the show over here.
Really?
I don't know, but that might be one guy with his friends or something. Who knows?
And then they go, do a live show, and you're like, well, I need 8,000 of your friends to come out, too.
Yeah, and then you go and you're doing it for them in a living room somewhere.
Yeah, I got to get out there. I want to do it towards the end of the summer. I've really been saying this year I want to go.
Yeah.
You should.
There's a Sydney Comedy Fest, a Melbourne.
I don't know if I want to go for a festival.
Oh, okay.
Because, I mean, you can get your travel subsidized, but I don't know if I want to, all these comedians, people, all these comics, I've never been there.
Yeah.
And there's guys like Eddie Ift and Arch Barker who are American guys who do really well there, and I'm sure many others.
Set up a little small tour for yourself and see how it goes.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll do all right over there.
Oh,
Jimmy's hitting the road again this weekend. Where are you going to be, Jim?
I will be Portland and Denver this weekend, and then Philadelphia and Wilmington, Delaware the weekend after. And I think that's it. When we come back, we should talk about what a great weekend it was for privacy. What a great weekend for fucking
more than one
privacy.
Story besides the Gawker thing.
Oh, right.
I would say just that one, but between Aaron Andrews, and this.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I'm so happy people are getting sued for shit like this and losing.
Right.
And we'll talk about it when we come back, because it's such a great fucking story. These vultures are finally being fucking penalized.
I think Gawker's done.
I would hope they are.
They've already changed their tune, right? Aren't they doing more politics or something like that?
They're trying to become something they're not.
Well, let's get into it after the break. We're going to eat.
The show is back.
Back with Jim Norton and Mark Norman. And we were just talking about Stephen Curry.
Oh, yeah.
The best player in the league. I would say he's ahead of most of those guys by a bit.
Yeah, he never misses. This guy's the beast.
He's a pretty amazing player. I actually, I got the two small kids, so I watched the whole game Saturday night because I'm not out there being all wild and shit like Mark Norman. They played the Spurs on Saturday night. They lost. The Spurs have a damn good team this year as well. The Spurs only have 10 losses, and Golden State, that was their 7th loss.
Okay.
As the Golden State Warriors go for the record, 82-10.
Wow.
It's going to be close.
Yeah.
What are they up to? 62-7, I want to say. 62 and there it is. 62-7.
Oh,
so
look at that.
They still have a very good chance. And if the Spurs just run the last few games and win their remaining games, they tie the record.
Wow.
So,
is that Lakers last?
Yeah, Lakers have only 14 wins this year.
Hey.
That's why I was smart for Kobe to say this is my last year. So now they got the people in the seats to check out. Oh no, I'm sorry. They're not they don't have the worst record. Of course, the 76ers are at 9-61. 9 wins, 61 losses. Pretty much the opposite of the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
But you were telling me something interesting about Stephen Curry.
Yeah, he turned down the Coca-Cola sponsorship to go for Brita because he didn't want his kids drinking soda.
Well, that's I think that's a good thing.
How
much money is he getting? I wonder if he got a lot money.
I mean, I said it to Mark when he was telling me during the break. It would be way braver if it was Mark Norman turning down the big
Yeah.
Pepsi endorsement.
I'll take anything.
Because this guy has more money than he knows what to do with.
I would endorse
it's a little
ISIS.
easier.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take Al-Qaeda.
But he went Brita instead of Pepsi or Coke.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, if you got the money, make the right choices. Why not?
That soda's fucking evil.
Mm-hmm.
Like my son's almost 6, my daughter's 3.5, and so far so good. We're keeping that shit away from him, but
we were
it's just a
talking-
matter of time.
Nobody was fat in the 70s, but you had Coke still. You had Pepsi. You had Shasta or whatever the hell.
There just wasn't
Fanta. Don't forget Fanta. Very underrated.
I liked a good Fanta every once in a while.
Yeah, of course.
The aftertaste was a little weird.
My nickname was Fanta Boy.
Fanta Boy.
Self-given nickname.
Yeah.
Yep. Fanta Boy's here. People are like, we know, we see you.
We just didn't. We just didn't have as much junk food and fast food. We had our fast food, but not to the level it is today. I don't know why everyone's so much fatter.
Yeah.
They've shoved a lot more sugar in things, too, I believe.
Got
to watch that documentary, Fed Up, if you want a good one.
Fed Up, okay.
Fed Up's another good one. But Stephen Curry did the right thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. And all because he doesn't want his kids drinking the soda.
Yeah. Under Armour sponsorship. Under Armour shoes.
I didn't know Under Armour had shoes.
I didn't either.
I know they got some other stuff.
Shirts. I wear their shirts, but
yeah, they have shirts and what else they have? Wow, there's the Under Armour shoes. Never seen him before.
Ooh,
and that's his sneaker sponsorship, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes what he likes.
Whoa,
he's an amazing player to watch, though. My God.
Oh yeah,
I love watching him play now.
Yeah, he's so graceful.
But they're gonna have a problem with the Spurs. The Spurs are no fucking joke. No one's really talking about the Spurs as much because Golden State has the better record, but, the Spurs only have 10 losses and Golden State only has 7. Do you like a lot of basketball, Mark?
I do. It's probably my favorite sport to watch.
You watch a lot? Who's your team? You got the Pelicans?
I'm a Pelicans guy. I went to a few games last year, but...
what a dumb... were you bothered when they changed their name to the Pelicans?
We all were. New Orleans.
New Orleans used to be the Saints.
No, Jazz.
I mean, the Jazz. What am I saying? Sorry. Jesus.
Yeah, the Jazz, and then Utah took Jazz, which was like,
right.
All right, that's a slap
the
in
New
the
Orleans
face.
Pelicans, when have they been?
That was a couple years ago.
Are
they in the league?
Yeah.
I never heard of them.
No one knows about them. It's sad.
The New Orleans Pelicans?
The Pelicans.
Oh,
yeah.
what fucking assholes.
You got these, well...
It's embarrassing.
Dare I say, you got these gangster kids, and they go play for New Orleans, and they got a pelican on their uniform.
The fucking Pelicans? That's awful.
It's terrible.
Isn't that horrible?
They scrape the bottom of the river for krill with their big beaks.
Look at the Pelicans. I remember when they chose the Pelicans, people were like, oh my God, what are you doing to us?
I know.
That's a horrible fucking name.
I guess that's to try to get what? More kids and families involved?
It stinks.
It's our state bird or whatever, so they're around. You see pelicans just flying around, and it's pretty cool. But
terrific.
Yeah, give us the crawdads or
something a little cooler.
Gators or we got gators down there.
The riots.
Yeah. The Katrina rape, something.
Yeah.
The Washington Wizards used to be the Washington Bullets.
Yeah.
Can you even imagine that?
That's hilarious.
I hate when these sports teams change their names, but there was a time they were called the Washington Bullets.
Man.
How great is that?
Yeah.
And then they finally were like, we can't be called the Bullets anymore.
How about the New York Shivs?
Look, and when it was the Baltimore Bullets.
Oh, wow.
They actually had a bullet in their logo.
Yeah.
Flying by.
Oh, that's good.
I hate when they do that shit though, but what were they supposed to be called? The Pelicans. Weren't there a few other choices?
Fly Pelicans.
Yeah.
And they went with Pelicans at the end.
That's I swear to you, this is the first I'm hearing of it.
Yeah. Any other bird.
Anything.
Pigeon. Something.
I'm trying to think what
were there other options?
I think so. I think they had some kind of vote. And then
Pelicans.
A whooping crane.
Oh, how fucking horrendous.
You don't like that, Jimmy?
No, I don't. It really stinks.
Nothing threatening about a pelican.
No.
You can call it, I guess you can't say the humidity would be a better name. The New York humidity or New Orleans humidity.
Yeah.
Something.
I don't even know. Do they have a good team? I don't even know.
Not really.
Just kind of there right now?
It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's fun to go to a game. I went with Hannibal, who's obsessed, and he always buys courtside. So it's just like...
For what?
For Pelicans.
Why?
He was there for like a year and a half shooting a movie. And so I would go for Christmas, Thanksgiving, and then we would hang out, and he would just have these tickets. Incredible.
That's pretty cool.
He loves the Pelicans?
He loves basketball, and he's in the city, so he's like, and they're cheap because it's New Orleans.
Right. Huh. Well, Gawker's in...
oh, yeah.
They have a problem on their hands.
Good.
Hulk Hogan just won $115 million. He wasn't even trying for $115 million, right?
Right.
They upped his money, and now they're saying it could go a lot higher. No,
up to $500 million. But it will, again, how much will it? You know.
And I think Gawker had a chance too. A couple of years ago, a lawyer asked them to take the tape down or the tweet, the post down, and they just refused. They said no.
That's what happens when you're arrogant fucking vultures. And with the best part of this, the part that made me literally giddy with joy, was that not only are they in it for $115 million, but fucking AJ Delario, who's the editor, and Nick Denton, who's the fucking CEO or the owner, have been found personally liable as well.
Oh wow!
This goes way beyond. They are personally liable.
Wow!
And it's so great. These fucking guys are being. They're just hateable fucking vultures. To put a guy fucking up. Obviously, Hulk didn't know that was being filmed.
Right.
And to call it news.
Right.
Just this disgusting fucking nosy culture. It's so great, man. And that and the Aaron Andrews thing, I'm hoping that when stuff like this happens, they start even going after the servers that carry it, if they can do that. Because then they won't show this stuff.
Sure.
Or when people's, like the revenge porn and all these scummy things of people's privacy being violated.
Right.
To me, this is the most disgusting stuff that we do.
Well, it's going to definitely make people think twice before they post any of this shit.
Oh, yeah.
These arrogant fucking scumbags.
And they were trying to say, well, because he's a public figure, that's why we can post, him having sex with Bubba's wife at the time, right?
Yeah. Can we see this is the guy saying, this is AJ, I guess, talking about AJ Delario.
Let me, let's
He
go
was
to
the
this
editor.
clip.
I was amused by it.
The man who posted a sex tape of Hulk Hogan admitting the video may have crossed a line. Ex-Gawker editor AJ Delario testifying Monday as the celebrity gossip website tries to fight a $100 million lawsuit brought by the former pro wrestler.
I grew up watching Hulk Hogan and knew him as this character for most of his life. And this was not a situation I expected to ever watch him in.
Reuters' Letitia Stein was in the courtroom in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Under cross-examination, Delario also acknowledged that there were some limits to the news value of this particular tape, including a description or a depiction of Hogan's penis, and he did acknowledge that there was possibility that it had crossed a key distinction into the Hogan case, namely into prying into sensational and morbid style affairs.
Hogan last week testified that he's still suffering from humiliation since Gawker released a video in 2012 showing him having sex with the ex-wife of his former best friend, radio shock jock Bubba the Love Sponge Clem. But the website argues the one-time reality star made his sex life a public matter. Delario was the first witness to testify in Gawker's defense.
He said that he was interested in focusing on celebrity sex tapes in general as a subject of commentary and had focused primarily on innocuous conversation between Hogan and the woman with whom he was having the affair.
Gawker's lawyers were also hoping to hear testimony from Bubba Clem, who Hogan says secretly recorded the video. But a judge on Monday ruled the radio personality would not have to answer questions in front of the jury.
Why?
Yeah, why?
I don't understand why, but whatever.
Right.
Fucking celebrity sex tapes. Ugh.
That's what he wanted to specialize
What a
in?
vulture. Again, it's different if you're, if someone is fucking holding a camera in your face and you're sucking dick. Even that's shitty to release it.
Right.
But at least the person knew that you were... But to release a privately filmed thing. I don't even care that they filmed him fucking. Like, literally, if he was fucking her... And they just would fuck to it. If Bubba and his wife would do, I mean, that's kind of a little sleazy, but they're not doing it for profit.
Well, how did the tape get out there?
I have no idea.
They're
just
still
don't
trying
know.
to figure that out. They're calling Bubba the Love Sponge the grungy, spongy traitor.
Yeah. He actually wears a shirt that says Bubba's Army.
Yeah. They were like...
What are you doing?
They were best friends. Hulk bared rage at ex-pal Bubba. This is the latest article. Bubba, the Love Sponge, insisted to his former best friend, Hulk Hogan, that Clem's ex-wife was the one to blame for the sex tape mess. But in an angst-filled text exchange, the pro wrestler said it was the shock jock who really betrayed him. While Clem called former spouse Heather a very evil woman that I'm embarrassed to have been married to, Hogan wasn't having any of it, according to newly released court papers. I'm losing everything, my job, my career, and everyone in my personal life, wrote Hogan, who unwittingly starred in the sex tape, which was leaked to the gossip site Gawker. This is how somebody treats their best friend, he asked Clem, before demanding once and for all to know why Clem made the tape of Hulk and Heather Cole having sex. Bubba couldn't offer Hogan a satisfactory response, prompting the wrestler to send him this text 3 days later. All I asked you for was an answer. Why did you do this to me? But I got nothing from you. Now I understand you were never my friend, and there's nothing more you could ever do to hurt me. Thanks for never being my friend and destroying my life. Wow. Let's see. But Hogan lashed out at Clem for hiding the footage from him. According to the series of messages which were entered as evidence in the Gawker case, you lied to me and filmed everything. That's the only reason all of this is happening, Hogan fumed. Listen, you know what? You know that I love you, Terry, period, Clem texted back. I didn't release the footage and I'm suffering horribly from all of this, he said. The thing that hurts the most is that you are upset with me. In his final text,
but
Hogan,
he capitalized the M in me and he lowered the T in Terry. Yeah. I noticed that. Like, oof.
In his final text, Hogan fretted about the rest of the footage, which recorded him making racial slurs. In the sex tape, Hogan tells Cole, "I'm racist to a point," and uses the N-word according to court records. So,
because Brooke, I think at that point was sleeping with somebody and Hulk just didn't like it, and that's just, it's all a non-story. Once again, somebody says something in there, and WWE fired him for that. Yeah, it's like another time if someone says something in private,
and then they get rid of you.
He's not listed in their Hall of Fame.
Well, that's just stupid. That's just dumb on their part.
Fucking assholes. Then he get I'm glad he won the money, man.
So, yeah, I mean, this is going to make people think twice.
I really hope it does.
And they're saying it's going to go higher than that.
And they put it up on their fucking website and they refuse to take it down. What absolute scumbags. And they have been so geared on getting people fired. That's all they've tried to do is ruin people. Mm-hmm. They're prying into people's private lives. They're fucking horrendous. And Jezebel is owned by Gawker, and there's a few of them that are owned by Gawker.
Okay.
Well, they got problems now.
I hope they're absolutely ruined.
Let's say hi to Sean in San Francisco. Sean. Oh, Sean, go ahead. Sorry.
So even if he doesn't get, the total $100 million, or if it goes up even higher, the great thing is that they have those type of settlements or annuities where, they can pay him off and they can purchase that lawsuit and then pay him a smaller rate, kind of like the lottery. So he can take his money and go. So it's still going to be millions and millions.
Well, who can take it and pay him?
You can do. There's several types of ways where if you have a pending lawsuit settlement that some other insurance agencies will then purchase that lawsuit at a lower rate, almost like writing off a bill. A bill collector will buy it from a creditor and then charge and then ask the person, for 50% and make that revenue. Right.
So wait, they buy it from Hulk. They buy the victory from Hulk, or they pay him. Say instead of 100, they pay him 50, and then they have to collect 50 from Gawker.
So Gawker says, "All right, here's $100 million," but Hulk's like, "I'm never going to get the $100 million." So then an annuity will say, "Okay, well, what if we give you $30 million and let us try to get the rest?"
That's what I just said.
You've never seen those annoying J.G. Wentworth commercials?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's what it is.
Oh. So basically, we'll go after Gawker.
They give Hogan the money, and then they are now in charge of getting that money from Gawker.
Oh. So
they don't give Hogan, like this guy's saying, they don't give Hogan the entire 115.
Right.
They'll give him a certain amount.
And they also take their own chances with Gawker.
Basically, yeah.
And then if they lose...
You didn't see this commercial that was on the air every single day?
No.
I need cash now.
Oh, annuity, no.
I have a structured settlement and I need cash now.
What a bad musical.
This is Hamilton.
I need cash now. Call J.G. Wentworth. 877 cash now. 877 cash now. They have thousands, they'll help you too. One lump sum of cash they will pay to you. Get long-term payments, but you need cash now. Call J.G. Wentworth, 877-CASH-NOW. 877-CASH-NOW. 877-CASH-NOW.
What's the number?
I don't know.
It's your money. Use it when you need it.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877-CASH-NOW.
And that also works. Instead of waiting years for your money, they're like, "Hey, here's your money now,
Sure.
and then we'll collect."
What percentage do
That's
they
pretty
offer
smart.
you? Yeah, I know, but what happens if Gawker declares bankruptcy? They must have had insurance.
Right.
They must have.
But with appeals and this and that, I mean, you could tell the person, look, instead of waiting a few more years here, you're not going to get the 110. We'll give you 50 or 60, yeah, and then and they'll wait it out and get the money, and then they make a nice profit.
So fucking arrogant, man. I'm so happy they took that beating. They'll appeal it, of course. And
Hulk tweeted, "Thank you, God, for justice. Only love for life." And then he also tweeted, "Told you I was going to slam another giant."
God, Hulk.
Hulk Hogan judgment could swell to nearly $500 million.
Oh, good for him.
The judgment Hulk Hogan got Friday could be small potatoes compared to what he could end up getting after the Florida jury socks Gawker with punitive damages for posting a sex tape. Hulk was awarded the 115. The jury will decide next week how much to tack on by way of punitive damages, which are designed to punish defendants for intentional wrongdoing. Good. Oh, man. So that 115 is nothing compared to what it actually is going to be within the next couple of weeks.
Personally liable. They're held personally liable.
That is nice.
That's such a fucking disgusting decision. To post somebody's fucking private sex tape, like it's so gross.
Yeah.
And somebody tweeted me, and they're like, "What about all the porn companies that do it?" But I really think we had China talking about this. I think that both people sign off. Mm-hmm. I think there's a strategy certain celebrities use where they know it's going to help them and they sign off on it. Like, we didn't want that out there.
Oh yeah,
but they get the signatures.
It became a thing to get fame.
Right. This was not one. You could tell he was not.
No.
Aware?
He was being secretly taped by his pal Bubba. In the end, his pal Bubba secretly taped him.
Yeah.
You could use the excuse that, the camera's always rolling in his house, but why wouldn't you tell your buddy, oh, by the way, there's a camera in that room that's always recording?
Right. I don't even get...
he knew.
I don't get TMZ even. How is that okay?
TMZ is not as bad as Gawker.
No, not as bad, but like...
They got to be a little nervous.
Every video you do, you got to sign 20 releases with a guy. I mean, are they signing releases?
Well, they will do something, I'm sure that they will do something where they I just
cover their ass.
Yeah, but I'm not saying it properly.
Uh-huh.
They have to, but they don't. To me, they're just not as, because I've talked to those guys on the way out.
Adam and a
lot of times they won't talk to you if you don't want to be spoken to.
Right. But they're going to be nervous though.
I'm sure.
Moving forward.
Yeah,
it was the wild, wild west for this type of thing, and now it's going to be not so much.
Maybe what bothers me about Gawker more than TMZ is the fucking editorial nature. I mean, they're trying to get people fired. They are actively trying. They fucking hurt Anthony badly. They're actively trying to get people fucked.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
It's not just about, hey, this is a little titillating, check this out.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a fucking shit motive behind it.
And they go out of their way. Trevor Noah, 6-year-old tweets. They'll dig that shit up. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're vultures, and it's so satisfying to see this happen.
Most likely their business is over.
Look at the face of Nick Denton. Good.
Let me say hi to Chad in Kentucky. Chad.
Good morning, boys.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, I was just going to give you a heads up if you hadn't seen it. I hadn't heard you talk about it. The CBS yesterday, the news program Sunday morning, did an entire segment on this guy that started Gawker, and it was him and his boyfriend. He goes into this, or his husband, I guess now, but he goes into this whole thing about how he was discriminated against as a child, and so he started this Gawker thing sort of as a means to get back at society for all the wrongs done against him. But anyway,
Nick Denton's gay? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he is. I didn't know it either until I just happened to see.
Do we know that for sure?
If he's married.
Do we know what?
I guess so.
Yeah, he married a guy. He married a guy. I mean, you can pull it up. I'm sure it's online.
I would assume you're right, but we just got to, we got to be careful.
Yeah. Pull it up.
I never heard that before. Getting married to his partner. Okay.
Darren's Washington.
Yeah. Darren's Washington. Thank you.
Yeah, check it out.
And that's it? What else do they say?
You guys usually aren't that vindictive or nasty, are they? I guess so.
Caddy.
Society did him wrong, so let's get back at society.
All right.
Let's get back at the Hulk Hogan, the bully.
Let's go to Frank in Chicago. Frank.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hey.
But hey, I was just calling about that, the caller earlier. It's not Gawker's choice to pay Hulk less, it's Hulk's choice. In the lottery, the people take less money because the government buys the annuity.
Well, yeah, we didn't think it was Gawker's choice.
Yeah, no, I understood that part of it. I mean, isn't it a benefit to you because you get your money right away? Is that sort of what this is about?
No, yeah, kind of. I mean, what happens is they take the lump sum because then the whoever's paying the lump sum, the insurance companies or whoever's writing the annuity, can get a better rate of return and pay that out over time.
Right.
So they're factoring in the rate of return for how much he's going to get.
Gotcha.
It's Hulk's choice whether he takes 115 or not. I don't know how it's, but I just wanted to clarify that. It's not Gawker's choice, it's Hulk's choice, whatever he wants to do or whoever wins the annuity.
And how fast would he get the $115 million?
I have no idea. I imagine they're going to appeal and all that stuff. Going back to my point, so if you know it's going to take a few years, then you got this company going, well, look, we'll give you this much right now, and then we'll worry about collecting the $115 million. But then they make a sweet profit eventually off that. I don't know if he can sell his settlement like that. I really don't. I mean, not in a civil lawsuit. I mean, when you're, if he's hurt or something, if there was I really don't know the details of that. But, I mean, it's possible, but I'm not sure.
Okay. All right, Frank. Thank you, buddy. Another guy on annuity. Steve in Georgia, go ahead.
Hey, morning, fellas. How you doing?
Pretty good.
I'm a lawyer in Georgia, and those people are completely wrong about what happens. This is a judgment that has not been reduced to a settlement. You can take a settlement where a party has agreed to pay you money, and then you can trade that, a structured settlement. And then you can sell your structured settlement to get money now. That has nothing to do with what's going on here. This has simply been a verdict that will now be reduced to a judgment. Now, what will happen is that Gawker and the gentlemen who are personally liable will bankrupt against the judgment. They're not going to be exposed to $115 million. Hogan's best chance is if Gawker had insurance against libel, slander, defamation, etc., which I'm sure were the causes of action that this suit was predicated on. These people, Hulk Hogan's not going to be able to go out into the world and sell a $115 million judgment.
Gotcha.
If they agreed to pay him $115 million over time, he could sell that agreement. There's not been any such agreement, and these gentlemen will all go bankrupt against this judgment. Nobody's going to collect anything near $115 million. But it will put Gawker out of business because their credit will be ruined and they will be unable to do business.
But once they're let me ask you a question. Once they're put out of business, Nick Denton, again, I'm sure his personal wealth can't be touched. Although he's found personally liable. If you go bankrupt, once you start up again, they can't touch what you have?
No, but you can't just declare bankruptcy while you're holding on to a ton of assets. I'm not a bankruptcy lawyer.
Okay.
Let's say that the gentleman is holding on to $12 million in the bank. He can't go to the court and simply say, I've got $115 million, let me keep the $10 million. I mean, he'll have to he'll get rid of that $10 million or it'll be structured and paid out to some of his creditors, including Hogan, and leaving him with some. But the point is that you can't sell a $115 million verdict. Nobody wants that.
So, but these guys, even personally, even if they declare bankruptcy, they're going to lose money.
They're going to lose money, yeah. And of course, nobody wants to be in bankruptcy. Yes, I mean you can't just hold on to all your personal wealth. Now, it depends on where they live. If they lived in Florida and they don't, what's interesting about these kind of cases is that you can bring the case wherever the information it was distributed. So Gawker puts out this all over the country,
right?
And so you, as the plaintiff, Hulk Hogan, can pick to sue any place where the information was disseminated, and that would include Florida, where of course Hulk Hogan is a folk hero. The most famous example of this ever is when Bear Bryant, the New York Times, libeled football coach Bear Bryant, and he was able to sue them in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And you can imagine what kind of jury Bear Bryant got in Tuscaloosa.
No kidding.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, thank you. That's helpful. Yeah. I didn't realize the difference there. That makes a lot more sense, what you're saying.
Very helpful.
Have a good night, guys.
All right, Steve. Thank you. Let's say hi to Sean in Boise. Sean.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
Hi. Morning.
Okay, so I heard an interview with a court reporter this morning on a wrestling podcast who was there. And he said the reason Bubba wasn't allowed to testify was when this all began, the FBI started to investigate to see if there was any criminal intent here. And Bubba said Hogan knew that he was being taped. Then when the civil lawsuit came up, when he was brought in for deposition, he said Hogan did not know he was being taped.
Yeah, why?
So
Why would? Oh, sorry.
The judge ruled that there's a crime here. He either lied to the FBI or he lied under oath in the deposition. Therefore, he wasn't allowed to testify because they're still investigating him for a criminal act.
Oh, so he's got problems still?
He still has problems because they're still investigating him for some kind of liability, some kind of crime. He did a crime either way.
You're Hulk Hogan, and you know you're being taped as you're throwing the N-word around and you're having sex with...
Exactly.
Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Who pleaded the fifth?
No fucking way. He pled the fifth at the Hogan-Gawker trial because he's got his own problems with this whole thing.
Wow.
All right.
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that.
Love the new show. I like the direction you've been going.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
Do you want to hear what Denton said?
I very much do, yeah.
But is that really news, or is that just entertainment and appealing to our most voyeuristic instincts?
We find it interesting. And that particular story, millions of people found interesting.
He's British?
Gossip is the version of news that the authorities or the celebrities or the officials don't want people to know. It's the unauthorized version. I think people have a right to know the unauthorized version as well as the authorized version of news.
Oh, was he? Was he German?
Sounds German.
British. What's that?
British?
He is. I'm in
He's either British or very gay.
or both.
British.
Yeah. The Gawker version, the Gawker book, they wrote a book.
Yeah.
And that I'm in, that I wrote a little bit for.
You were in the Gawker book?
Years ago, yeah.
What?
It was like 2006 or 7.
So you're a little hypocrite.
No, I didn't. No, but I didn't.
When you write about it,
I don't even remember. It was Chelsea had written the book for them, and it was like a how-to guide to work or something. It was Conquering All Media, and I don't even know if she's credited with writing it.
But you're in it.
Yeah, but she asked me if I wanted to write something for it. I wrote like 2 small things. It was like I'm making fun of those how-to books, like with work.
Gotcha.
Isn't that a bummer though? With all these, I know nothing about bankruptcy and money and lawyer stuff, but like, you never get the full amount. You know, you always hear like 150 million, but it's never that. There's always some red tape. You know, when your friend wins a car on Price is Right, you're like, wow, you got a car? And he's like, yeah, but I had to pay $10,000 in taxes.
Right.
It sucks that it's never just a flat fee.
I think you don't pay taxes on that.
Ah, that's good.
I don't think you pay taxes on a judgment like that, I believe.
Oh, my God, I think you do, right?
I don't know. I don't know. So. I don't think so.
It just sucks you never...
Well, the game show thing is ridiculous. A lot of those people can't afford to bring their prizes home because the taxes kill them.
I know. You can't get that dinette set.
So then they end up selling a bunch of their stuff just to pay the taxes on the other stuff.
Right.
You would think they would have some kind of dumb thing for game shows like, just let the people have a brand new boat that's going to have a shitty, engine in a year or 2.
Right. Just tell me what I'm winning, honestly. I hate all the bullshit.
Right. Let's see. And then one more thing about the Pelicans.
Oh, jeez.
Let's say hi to Andrew in Indiana. Andrew.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Hello.
Buddy. So you guys were talking about the Pelicans. Yeah, it's not. Pelicans is the second worst thing about them. They play at the Smoothie King Center.
That's
it is. True. Come on.
The Smoothie King Center.
I grew up with Smoothie King.
Oh my! It's owned by an Asian in New Orleans.
So what?
Someone else should have bought it.
What does that mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the worst argument ever.
Why are you bothered that it's owned by an Asian in New Orleans? I need to know.
This is second most poverty in New Orleans, and they have to go to the Smoothie King Center. Yay! I mean, come on.
Well, corporations messed that up years ago. These arenas used to have kind of some, kind of cool names.
Yeah.
Now it's all corporate.
Now it's Nokia.
Right.
Yeah.
Staples Center.
Last month there was Tool had a concert, and someone fell from the suite balcony down to the lower.
Oh God! I hope they're okay.
Commit suicide.
Really?
At a Tool concert. That's smart. Good timing.
At the Smoothie King Center?
Yes.
And did you say suicide in there?
No, I said he was probably trying to commit suicide, most likely.
Right. Let's see. Fan falls from Smoothie King Center balcony during sold-out Tool concert.
They like their Tool down there.
Well, thank you, Andrew.
Yep, have a good one.
All right, buddy.
Is he from New Orleans?
Indiana.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he's from there originally. What if Hulk and Bubba are all in cahoots to screw
I thought of
Gawker?
that too. I thought of that too, but I'll tell you why they're not.
No fucking
Because
way.
of the racial language. I thought of that too. But there's no way Hulk would have said that kind of stuff and waited years to come. It's just, no.
You're taking a big chance.
You're not.
Because now you got problems if it ever comes out.
Yeah, no, I don't think that it's at all in cahoots. But I thought it occurred to me.
Let's say hi to Jonathan. Jonathan, what do you got on this?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, man.
Love your stuff. I actually used to listen to Bubba when he was on Howard. Bubba used to have an employee named Spice Boy. Now, I'll say this is all alleged. He claims that Spice actually stole the tape, stole it from his office, and then sold it to Gawker. That's how they got the tape.
They're saying they didn't make much money off it either, like the web traffic. It's great. I hope that they made a few grand off it.
Right.
It's the downfall.
Yeah, I don't know who sold the tape in the end. I got to say that. So
Yeah,
I wonder if it will come out eventually. Exactly how that tape got out there.
There's articles out there. If you just Google Matt Spice Boy Lloyd,
right,
you can actually pull up the articles that say that he's the alleged one who sold the tape. Bubba's burned a lot of bridges, so that's one of the fellas that he's burned, basically.
Well, it just sucks that you befriend Hulk, you're really close to him, and then you're taping him having sex.
Yeah, that's odd.
And there's no way Hulk knew that. No, because he wanted to throw the N-word around and all that other crap.
Yeah.
So,
well, doesn't it worry you that we might never see a sex tape again?
I don't.
I do love a good sex tape.
If it's, I don't want to see someone's private. I really don't.
What?
Nah, honestly, there's the human part of me. I'm a pervert.
Yeah,
but it's so fucking sickening what we turned into. It's like, ugh.
That's true. Yeah.
Just fucking stop it.
Well,
right.
Guys, stop spying on each other. Just a bunch of nosy cunts.
Right.
Stop video and releasing it and making money off someone else's misery, like that fucking vulture who taped Aaron Andrews.
Aaron Andrews.
Or those people that, the people are like, you looked at it.
Right.
I know.
We got one of those guys.
I don't admonish my... Okay, let's hear from this guy who, no matter what you say, he's one of these guys that will try to find out why you're a hypocrite. Hello, sir.
Josh in Boston. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, Jimmy, that's all I'm going to say. We all heard everybody on the show calling Hulk Hogan's dick a Pringles can.
Yes.
So I get where you're coming from, but what drives me nuts is someone that loses their loved one in an accident gets $500,000, and Aaron Andrews is getting $50 million because someone looked at her. You know what I mean? I just think that's crazy.
Well, it is. It's not because someone looked at her, by the way. That's not it. And that's
violated. And I know.
That's a disgusting violation. But you are right. There is a weird thing when you look at, not even accident, when you look at someone that was wrongly imprisoned, there are guys that did 20 years that shouldn't have, and they get $2 million or $500,000 or nothing.
Right.
Yeah,
that's just a jury decision. That's a jury.
It's really not a bad point on your part, Josh. But
I think a lot of it has to do with celebrity, because look at Tracy Morgan. He got a ton for his accident, and I wonder if a lot of it has to do with being the celebrity.
Well, part of it is your future earnings. How did it hurt you earnings-wise? That's a part of a lawsuit.
Right.
And with Tracy, they could also prove that there was a lot of gigs he missed and would have missed. And I also think that when it's celebrity, the amount of bad publicity they can get from being pounded constantly goes into it.
Because it becomes high profile.
Very high profile.
They're not going to talk about that basic accident where somebody was done wrong in your hometown, but if it's Tracy Morgan, where it's going to be on the news every day, night after night, oh boy, that certainly plays. But Josh,
I have no problem.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I have no problem, with them getting something, but it drives me nuts when I see people legitimately hurt, physically hurt, or mentally really hurt, and Aaron Andrews is on there crying like she's. And I think a lot of that, I watched some of it just looked like, all right, she's trying too hard here.
Yeah, but what that one guy did was so fucking gross.
Oh, absolutely.
We are. I think in general we're hypocritical, though, because, Yeah, we all checked out the Hulk Hogan sex tape.
Yeah, we're peeping Toms in a different way.
But we're pretty, we're pretty disgusted by, Gawker in this situation.
Because they released it. Like, I've never made, it's funny, like, I'm not a hypocrite in the sense that there's things I know about people. Yeah. Believe me, the sexual history I have, and a lot of the girls I've spoken to, and other young ladies, the things they have told me about people that I've had to confirm from multiple sources, and I've never once revealed any of that shit publicly.
And then it's fair game when it's out there then for all of us to just check it out.
There's a different intent in talking about something that's out there and releasing it to get yourself something.
Right.
And not that I could have made money off it, but it absolutely would have been something that was picked up or talked about.
Wow.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's like never once has it occurred to me to do that, and I won't do it ever.
Yeah. What about the fappening? Remember that?
It's just gross, man.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Right.
Yeah.
But we all
Opie, you check out Lone Survivor yet?
Huh?
You check out Lone Survivor yet?
Oh, no, it's you. Sorry. Yeah, it's on my list, though.
Oh, it's you. That's nice.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant that like, oh, it's you. Like, you're a regular. No, I have not yet, Josh. I will.
And you know who gets mad about these opinions? Are people who feel entitled to this stuff. Like people, mostly people who spend a lot of their time online, which I do, but they're like, who feel entitled to not pay for anything. They feel entitled to free music, entitled to free movies, entitled to people's private shit. Those are the ones who get the angriest at this stuff when you talk about it. I don't mean this guy who just called in either. Sure. I understand what he was saying. But these people, hey, fucking, you talk about it.
Right.
But it's like, well, you're just a little fucking scummy vulture who wants to hang out in secrecy and get all this information about people, and you want to offer nothing. I mean, at least I reveal myself. At least I give you most of my shit.
Oh, my God. I can only imagine what you're holding back.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, my God. I don't think I ever want to know.
I'd like to know. There's something in that. Like, people who don't reveal themselves, like, these fucking, they expect to be there like these ministers of information, and they just want to get and get and get and take and take and take and give nothing. And that's fucking sickening, and it's embarrassing.
Yeah, vultures take, but at least they don't bitch when there's no food. They just go find other food. These guys bitch.
Yeah.
They expect it.
A lot of people would say, well, you're part of the problem if you clicked on the link and checked out the video.
And they're technically correct.
Yeah.
That's why when I tweeted something, I wrote we. I wrote, we. I never say that all of culture without including myself in it. I'm a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, David.
But I don't reveal stuff. That's one thing I won't do for any personal gain.
Yeah.
Never. I've never done it.
That's good.
No, I mean, it's not even, it's just what we're supposed to do.
Right.
You're not supposed to do that shit.
If you do this long enough, you got stuff.
Oh, of course.
Oh, I got stuff.
Oh, we all do. I got jerked off in the Holocaust Museum. But yeah.
I'm talking about the stuff you don't say.
Oh, right. I remember we were all on the sidewalk during that fappening thing, and we were all looking at a phone like, oh, my God, Jennifer Lawrence is covered in jizz. And we're like, look at this Dave Attell. And he's like, I won't do it. I won't look.
Dave Attell.
He wouldn't look.
Good for Dave.
Yeah. Like there's no children in it.
It's probably the proper way to do it. I mean, it's the proper way to be, but... Man, you're only human after a while. I know. You're like, it's right there.
It's already there, yeah.
So I think you can be disgusted that someone put all that shit out there, but then you're only human in the end, and it's really tough to not,
Yeah, but it's the same with...
Click on those links.
It's the same with, like, meat. People are like, you shouldn't eat meat, and you're like, I know, but it's already cooked and at the restaurant. So what's the difference? It's the same thing with the fappening. You're like, well, it's already on the phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, David tells this weird integrity. We were at the cellar the other night...
That weird integrity.
Well, we all did a set, and this guy walked up to Kurt Metzger and goes, dude, that was great. Here's $100. And Kurt goes, wow, thanks, and just walked away. And then he goes up to Dave, and he goes, here's $100. No. And Dave, he fucking jumped up like it was a spider. He's like, get that thing away from me. And he ran outside. Crazy.
I would never, it's weird. I get guys who try to tip me sometimes online. Like, if you keep the change, like if they buy something for 20 and it's 15 or whatever the money is.
Oh,
and it's like, no, never.
Yeah, keep it.
I'm not a server. You've paid for something and here's your money back.
I think I would keep the change just because making the change is a pain in the ass.
That also is a true story.
I've told Kenny after a while, like, there's some people that just literally insist. Like, just all right, fine. But I don't like that. It's like, I don't want your tip. You paid to see me.
Right.
I don't need your fucking, you know what I mean? It's almost like, it's not arrogant. It's like, I don't need it.
No, I completely hear you, actually.
I appreciate that. I make a good living. I don't need you to fucking give me an extra $5.
What if you're running out of ones, though, and the guy's like, keep the change? You're like, you know what?
Yeah. And I just picture every hell gig. I'm like, yeah, I'll take that 5.
I'll take that fucking 5. But, let's see.
Well, yeah, so the game's changing. We had a good run. We saw some cool shit.
Yeah.
We can't complain, and now it's going to go away.
No, it's a game changer.
Yeah.
Absolutely is.
That's great. That, and again, the Aaron Andrews tape.
Those are 2 biggies in the last couple of weeks.
But what website posted it? Because to me, the website, Gawker themselves getting in trouble is much bigger news than the Marriott getting in trouble. Because if you film something and no one puts it up, who gives a fuck? I mean, it's bad, but it's not life-ruining.
Right. Yeah, like the Pamela Anderson, some production company put that out.
I know, but...
That was rigged, right?
I don't know if it was rigged. I just don't know.
Wasn't that stolen? It was
stolen, yeah.
They were having work done in their house.
It was always vague.
Someone got in a safe or something. I mean, Tommy Lee wanted that out there. I mean, if you got a penis that big, I think you want the world to see.
You had a dick that big and you fuck Pam Anderson with it? Yeah, you want that out there.
I think you want the world to see that.
Yes, you do.
I'm just guessing.
That blew my mind when I saw it. I was like 13.
Really?
Yeah.
I brought it over for Thanksgiving dinner.
Whoa!
It was at my
with the family.
I remember like it was yesterday, man. It was the whole family together, some close friends, and we went upstairs to check out the sex tape.
Yeah,
because being in radio, you sort of get this stuff. Because that's many years ago where it wasn't as easy to get it. And I was showing it to everybody in my family, and then my brother walks in and says, "Happy Thanksgiving, everyone! Dinner's ready downstairs."
Damn,
I remember that like it was yesterday.
What'd your mom think?
She loved it.
What?
She was impressed by the. No, she didn't see it.
Oh, okay.
There's also 98 a lawsuit. Remember the Bret Michaels Pam Anderson thing, never aired by IEG, and a 98 lawsuit by actor Kelsey Grammer over a sex tape, also never aired.
Okay.
So maybe the lawsuits really stopped them.
Right.
And maybe there was certain things signed for the other one. I just don't know.
Early internet pornography scandals. The nude photographs of Dr. Laura Schlesinger.
Didn't Stern have them put out, or someone who's a Stern fan or whatever, which was so great.
They're brutal.
Oh yeah. Hey.
I didn't even fault her for taking them, but she's just such a cunt, and she lied about them. She's such an uptight cunt.
She had a lot of hair.
She looks like David Spade. She's the worst.
It was the younger version of her, and I remember those pictures had a lot of hair.
Damn. Can we see them? I guess they're not out.
I don't know. There was something out there for a while.
She's hateable.
Wow, she really is.
Go be your kid's mom. Take Ahmed. She's just a snot. She's a nice puss though. Let me see the one with the big
I like
puss.
this.
There you go.
I'm into it.
I got no problem with the pictures. I hate her now. Back then she was a good egg.
You got to clean some of that up though, Mark. Right?
Well, it's the 40s.
It wasn't the 40s.
Look at this pig munching down on a log here. Good Lord. Get a shot of that. God
wow.
damn.
Oh my God.
Is that Roland in the 80s? Good Lord.
No, it's like the guy that sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow, that fat Hawaiian guy. Somewhere.
Oh my God.
Laura's pictures aren't that bad, actually.
No, good for
I
her.
remember being a bit hairier than that.
Boy, she is on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice little rat trap in the corner.
Is that what that is? I can't see it. It's a green thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's no sheet. It's like they took the comforter off. They're probably looking for bed bugs, and she's like, "Hey, look at my cunt."
That'll keep them away.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
yeah,
I like this shirt no shirt with jeans.
That's
hot.
Is that her on her hands and knees in there too? Let's go to the one on her hands and knees in there. Paul, up. No, Paul, go. There you go. In there, yeah.
Oh,
not someone else with her hands tied.
Wow,
and her asshole up in the air.
Wow,
holy mackerel!
Talk about vulnerable.
Yeah. Hello. Good evening. Hello.
She's just daring.
I'm an owl.
She's just daring the bed bugs.
Yeah. I dare you to crawl up.
I dare you to crawl up in there.
Bite my clit.
It needs. I don't feel.
Yeah.
What was this? Is this a husband taking these, I guess?
Back in the day, I guess. Dr. Laura Schlesinger, I forget.
She's from Brooklyn.
I forget the story behind that. So.
Cool.
Good for her.
Ooh, I wouldn't mind. Ooh.
I want to go leak. Mark, what do you got? Let's take a break here.
All right.
What do you got?
Check out my pod. Hey, the podcast is now on Sirius.
Over here, you didn't go to another channel. I'll kill you.
No, with Don.
All right, good.
What channel?
I'll kill you.
Your channel.
All right, good. No, I know we were trying to work something out.
Yeah.
But these Comedy Central guys can be a little sneaky.
Oh.
They can be a little sneaky with trying to, like, take some of our guys.
I think they
trying to get some stuff
not that
done.
you guys are our guys, but you know what I mean. We're all friendly and friends, and then they come along and they're a little sneaky.
Well, they got their 2 white guys, you know. You can't have too many whitey.
I'm talking about the bonfire.
I know.
I would love to have the bonfire over here.
Oh, really?
Would love to have Dan Soder and Big J. Okerson's podcast over here, but Comedy Central was they were able to get that one.
Yeah.
They weren't really sneaky, I guess, but
right.
I think they had other things.
They're all in cahoots. They all just did that Comedy Central hours, you know.
Yeah, they had other things they could offer those guys to get them over there. In the
Big J and Dan are sneaks.
I know Dan was like, you know, on the fence.
Yeah.
Exactly, but that's just because it felt good.
We had some
straddling.
We had some conversations back in the day, and then I was like, I get it. It's cool. I understand. But we would love to have them. But all right. But you guys are coming back.
Yeah, we're back, baby.
That means they're paying you the big bucks.
Not really. You know Don. That guy's got tight pockets.
It's true.
Makes up for his loose hiney.
Don't you think for a moment that Don has the power that goes way above him?
Yeah, Don and Nixon's mom. Real gaping anal.
But that's good.
My mother loved to talk about black dick on podcasts. She was a size queen.
Mark Norman and Joe List do a very good podcast. It's one of the ones I really liked. We got it on the channel, and I'm very glad you guys are back.
It's good to be back, and
it'll help your numbers out there. That's sort of, I guess, what you have.
That's all we want.
How you got to look at it.
We just want people listening.
You know, I mean, the Vosses now get an extra 10 people per gig because they're podcasting this channel.
Exactly. The Vosses, 10 people at a show.
They're doing bigger numbers because they're associated with this.
That's a good pod too, though. My wife hates me.
It's great.
Yeah, I love that bunny.
I try to find the ones that are a little different, little more original. You guys are doing that. Race Wars certainly does that.
Yep.
My wife hates me certainly does that. So, good, man. I'm glad they finally figured all that out.
We're in there.
By the way, we've been very negligent today.
About what? We still have an hour of radio. We got it.
Where's our birthday bash for Travis?
Oh,
it's Travis's birthday.
A whole birthday bash?
A birthday bash. We should have. I didn't know it was his birthday. Did you
bring in a birthday gift for him?
I didn't know.
We gotta get a cake.
No, we're good.
Cookie cake.
Get him something.
Yay, let's get Travis a cake.
Come on, a cake, Don. Get on it.
What kind of cake you want, Travis? We still have an hour.
No cake.
What kind of treat do you want?
Ice cream cake.
Ice cream cake.
He said no cake, ice cream cake.
Fudgy the Whale, but shaped like a cock and chocolate.
Yeah.
What kind of ice cream
that
cake?
won't melt if he sits on it.
I don't
cream inside.
Someone likes ice cream cake.
Who doesn't like ice cream cake? Ice cream cake's delicious.
I'll be honest. I enjoy ice cream cake a lot.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It is wonderful.
Let's get some ice cream cake for Travis's birthday.
I won't have any.
I wasn't a fan of the Carvel ice cream cake.
It's too hard. It's too thick.
I wasn't a fan.
Your favorite ice cream cake? Call us on the line.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah,
I don't know how you could freeze something that hard. Or
I know.
I don't know what they do to me.
You need to put that knife on coals just to get through that fucking thing.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I like a nice fucking piece of ice cream cake.
Yeah, the Baskin Robbins is a solid one.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue.
Let's go Baskin Robbins, Travis. Is that cool?
Whatever you guys.
Are they still around, Baskin Robbins?
We have to put his name on it, too. Do you want 1 Z or 2 in jizz buckets?
However they spell it.
Maybe we can have them write jazz bucket because they won't curse and we'll just scratch it out.
Can we please try to get them to write happy birthday jizz
Happy birthday jizz bucket.
You think they'll do it?
Yeah, why not? J-I-Z-Z. Say he's fucking from another country.
Yeah.
No, say his name is Yves Bouquet. He's a Frenchman. Say, happy birthday, Yves Bouquet. Yizzbucket, but with a little umlaut over the E.
And if they won't do it, if they won't do it, it's racist.
That's right. His name is Yizzbucket.
Yeah.
All right. And Jimmy's hitting the road again this weekend. He's got Portland and
Denver, and then the week after I got Philadelphia and God bless you, and Delaware. The week after is Thursday, Friday. Tickets are selling very well, so I'm very, very happy with how this tour is going.
Nice. JimNorton.com for all the theater shows and
busy taping stuff, you know.
And the YouTube channel. And Coulter talking about Trump's wall doing extremely well.
Oh, yeah?
So go check that out. I'm trying to think if we have any Mark Norman videos up there right now.
Got the model chick, the Sports Illustrated chick.
My favorite one is you masturbating.
Oh, the fingernails.
Where you fucking put nail polish on one hand to make it look like a chick back in the day.
Still get tweets about that. People still bring fingernail polish to shows.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. But I use all of it.
That was a good day.
I was
Mark
on
Norman's bizarre masturbation story. We'll retweet that.
Still drunk in that scene, by the way.
Yeah?
That was a late night.
Yeah? That happens.
Some guy had Colin Jost at a movie premiere. It was like open bar.
Oof, that's rough.
Yeah.
That's for the young. Good for you. Enjoy it.
You can see I'm fucking whiskey bloated.
Whiskey bloated.
That face.
All right.
I look like Jeff Ross.
And Kurt Metzger's in there.
They're so thin there.
All right, why don't we break now, and we will continue.
We're back with Opie and Jim.
Thanks for checking us out. Mark Norman in studio.
Oh, yeah.
Easter Bunny brawls with shoppers at Jersey City Mall. My God. What was the problem with the Easter Bunny? They don't like the Easter Bunny, or was the Easter Bunny being a bit uppity?
Ooh. Yeah, what happened?
A pack of Jersey City Mall rats beat up the Easter Bunny. Oh, boy.
What?
The brawl broke out steps away from the Easter Bunny's photo studio at the Newport Center, egged on by the costume mall worker and his opponents. It's unclear what sparked the 7 p.m. fight Sunday, but it lasted for more than 30 seconds, requiring several security officers to pry apart about a dozen combatants, according to video of the attack.
Those Cadburys are pretty good.
Now, the guy's fighting as he's dressed as the Easter Bunny? Because that would be really...
Yeah, that's good TV.
That would be pretty fucked up if you got beat up by someone in an Easter Bunny costume. Is this the video?
Yesterday, between a man dressed as the Easter Bunny and shoppers.
The big white
Can you
pants?
believe this? At a mall in Jersey City. They were waiting in line to have photos taken. Security guards hopped into action. No word yet what led to the rabbit punches, but mall security is expected to provide more information today, and it looks like they're going to need more security if the kids are online to get their picture taken with the bunny rabbit.
Oh, I'll bet what happened was somebody walked over and made a snide remark about something, like, what, are you going to forget all your eggs in the basket or something?
Or something.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Are you going to bring me a whole bunch of the little green fluffy stuff instead of eggs or something like that?
Right.
Travis, are you happy? Sometimes during the break, Chip will just walk over and look at Travis for no reason. No one hears it or sees it, just Travis.
Through the glass?
Yeah. And Chip had a bit of a...
Well, Chip got too close to the glass.
Yeah, I got too close to the glass, and Chip's thumb were looped under his armpits, and then just turned and hit the mic, and then knocked the video camera over in an act of clumsiness.
Chip made a mess of the studio. He's a boob.
Yes, he is. That was really a big...
It made my day.
Yes, it did. You were overjoyed. That was a true birthday gift.
It's happy birthday to me.
Yeah, from Chip.
Enjoy your birthday gift, Travis. Sounds wonderful. So the guy didn't have the rabbit head on, because that would have been really fucked up. He had everything else on, though.
But what, do we know why they fought?
This wasn't happening at the Walt Whitman Mall when I was growing up. I don't know. I mean, what problem could you have with the Easter Bunny?
Yeah.
It's just trying to bring some happiness to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of stupid, though. The Easter Bunny in the mall is relatively new, I think.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Well, the Santa thing is such a hit. They're like, what else can we do? Let's have the Easter Bunny sitting there for pictures for the kids.
Who started the fight, though?
I don't know. I don't feel like reading the story. I
know.
care.
I would have started heckling the bunny one time. You know, Those eggs are not as good as Cadbury.
Yeah.
Cadbury.
Hop to it.
Yeah. Your eggs are not as good as Cadbury.
Cadbury.
Yeah. How come you're not dead? The girl's pregnant. You know, little rabbit jokes, rabbit
Oh,
yeah.
Well, the news guy said rabbit punches. That was kind of good.
Yeah.
That was kind of nice that he added that.
Hey, quit hitting the bunny.
The bunny?
Quit hitting the bunny. I was just yelled.
Twitter, 10 years old today.
Wow. That flew by.
Boy, over the hill.
Yeah, too old for me.
It's a quick 10 years. Mm-hmm.
When'd you get on? I was
11
like
years
5 years late.
I think I made it. I think it was about 7 or 8 in, I think. Doesn't it say somewhere?
Yeah, I think it does.
I feel like I was like 2009, I think.
Top left of your profile.
Top left.
Huh?
Top left of your profile.
Oh, top left of the profile? It says that?
Yep.
This will be the first time I checked my own Twitter in a long time.
January 2009.
Where am I?
January 2009.
January 2009. So almost 2008.
Mm-hmm.
When am I?
You guys were right around the same time. We all sort of jumped on at the same time, I remember.
Oh, yeah, January 2009.
Same time as you?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, March. Oh,
March 2009. What's wrong with
I was
you?
late. I pushed it away a lot, actually. I didn't want to do it.
That seems like probably the smart thing to do.
I know. I was like,
why did any of us get involved with this horse shit?
Right. I was just work at the time. I was like, I got to write shit? Jesus.
Right. I think people are giving up on writing shit. It's more just promote your shit.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, maybe throw a line out there.
I write like 3 lines a day.
Oh, you tried to?
Mm-hmm.
For Twitter?
I try to do 3 a day, yeah.
That's your goal?
Mm-hmm.
Paris tweets?
Yeah. Like 3 humorous
Yeah.
twists.
I'll throw out some stuff. I'll probably throw out a link later. Check out the Easter Bunny fighting.
Yeah.
Easter Bunny fighting.
I have to come up with a good line, though. Boy, I guess he didn't have his lucky rabbit's shoe. Or lucky rabbit's foot. Where's your keychain, buddy?
Yeah.
That's it, maybe. Where's your lucky rabbit keychain, buddy? And I'll link to that. That's one funny tweet I'll send out.
Mm-hmm.
What else we talk about? Hulk Hogan, sex tape, Gawker.
Mm-hmm.
What's a funny one about that? Boy, it looks like the Hulkamaniac's running wild through Gawker's bank account.
Yeah.
Link to the story.
I think you got to add the leg drop into your tweet. He was known for the leg drop.
Maybe I'll say, boy, looks like the other shoe dropped. ... On Gawker.
Yes.
There you go.
All right.
Boom,
That'll
we'll
work.
link to the story.
Give me my money, brother.
Leg drop, schmeg drop.
More protesters getting beat up at the Trump rallies. Whose fault is that?
I don't know. A bunch of people the people beating them up, but.
Well, they're being pretty obnoxious trying to shut them down, though. I mean, what's the proper thing to do?
Yeah, you just got to remove them. I mean,
you try to remove them the best you can, huh?
Yeah, you got to gas them.
You're not going to get perfect people at these rallies.
Look at this
So you
kid.
get one bad egg, and then it's all Trump's fault.
Yeah.
I don't understand. And then they shut down a highway so people couldn't get to the Trump rally over the weekend?
Oh, wow.
Where was that? In Arizona? I think they chained themselves together.
Oh, shit.
Across a highway, the main highway heading toward the Trump rally.
Damn.
Chained themselves to cars and each other.
To get a hold of themselves. It'd be funny if they just backed the car off with people chained to it.
Yeah.
Are they jumping on people going to the rally?
Looks like it.
Jumping at people's cars trying to get to the rally.
That's just childish. Like, you can't stop people.
Well, in this video, the cops are trying to push them away because they're blocking the road, and then one woman screaming that this is attempted manslaughter, and you see the cop just shrug his shoulders. You're standing in the middle of the road.
Right.
Huh.
Because the car is trying to go.
Good. Oh.
Man, people are upset about this Trump.
Bunch of people who don't want people to go to his rally. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. They're just as bad as the...
You're blocking a road because you don't like what he's saying, you fucking cunts. Why did that the curse?
It's America. What, we're supposed to just believe in what you like?
Mm-hmm.
Why did I call them names?
What'd you call them again?
Fucking cunts.
Oh, that's a little rough.
Nah.
I mean, it fits, but...
It's not as bad as Jizz Bucket on a cake.
No, it's Yee's Bouquet.
Oh, right. The French photographer.
And then you got a guy that had a KKK hood on in one of Trump's rallies. That's kind of ballsy.
Oh, wow, really?
Yes.
Did it say Make America Great Again on it? That would be a fun hood.
And then, there you go. There's the That's kind
Damn. Oh, shit.
You got
He
that?
is kicking the fuck out
Black
of
guy
that.
stomping somebody.
That guy is not having it.
Who is he kicking?
One of the protesters came through. We have the video of the protest.
Ooh, please.
Wait, who is that black guy kicking?
Yeah.
A protester at the rally.
Is he not a protester?
No.
No, he was a Trump supporter.
Oh, okay, and he's kicking one of the
A Trump
protesters.
supporter went nuts on and then this guy. Oh, this one.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, these fucking ass, that guy, the black guy just punched the white guy. By the way, let's see if the press talks about it. Remember they kept saying he hit a black man. He hit a black man on the way out, the old guy.
Yeah.
Let's see if they're going to talk about it the same way a white man was struck.
Right.
No, we all know they won't.
This black guy who supports Trump wasn't having it. They arrested him. They got the handcuffs on him.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't punch a guy in the fucking face who's walking out.
Or right.
kick him
holding
in the
up
face.
Trump. He doesn't like Trump. It's a fucking
nice
rally.
left.
Yeah.
Nice left. He rips the Trump picture out of his hands that he has over his head.
My name is Brian.
And this
guy's a scumbag who punched him.
I think this guy was on the news though and took some responsibility in the fact that he got punched.
What do you say?
My name is Brian Sanders.
Maybe not
I'm
in
an
this video,
independent.
but
I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I was protesting Trump's fascism, his racism, his lies, and his women hating. I had a sign that said, "Trump is bad for America." The guy grabbed the sign out of my hand as I was being escorted out of the building and sucker punched me. I was also here at the Bernie Sanders rally last night. Nobody got punched. Nobody got thrown out. There were no protests. And the reason is that there's two different things going on here. You got this, which is fascism and an angry mob. And then you got what happened last night with Bernie. And that's democracy right there.
Yeah, that's an older video. I think he was on some of the news programs taking a little responsibility.
Why?
He looks, the whole thing.
He actually looks fine.
I just want to know, and this is again, you know, we always bash the press and they stink. The way they reported when that guy, the white guy who punched that black guy is a dirtbag.
The old man.
But they talked about it, but he punched a black man. And now the exact opposite happened. White guy's punched in the face by a black guy, sucker punch, exactly the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they will not mention it.
It's so true.
They will not mention it. And once you see this, unfortunately, you can never unsee it.
Right.
So you know that troll that always calls in, that fucking racial troll?
Ken?
Yeah.
From Chicago.
It's like, so what's your explanation for that?
Yeah.
Like, how do you defend the press on that?
Or the white guy who got beaten to death, the redheaded white guy who was screaming for his mom.
What was that?
Oh, that was a couple of years ago, but it made no news.
Of course not.
Beaten to death in the street. And he's
For
like,
what?
Mom! I can't remember. He was like a little off. I think he was like a little slow. And he bumped into a cop and they just beat the shit out of him.
The cops beat him?
Yeah. Beat the fuck out of him. And there was another guy.
Why wouldn't that make news? The cops beatings would always make news.
Because he's white. I don't know.
Oh, I see what you're saying. They make a bigger deal for black guys. Oh, I see what you're, okay.
They didn't have the racial angle.
Yeah, you need that sexy angle.
Yeah. Well, this Trump thing's getting crazy.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever, they did like a little research on that old cowboy guy who punched the black guy?
Yeah.
Crazy dude.
Is he?
Yeah. I forgot he's got a cool nickname.
I assumed he had to be crazy, just how calm he was. That he was just walking down his road knowing, I'm going to now just go punch this guy.
He was like 70.
Yeah.
But he was an ex-boxer, an ex-bull rider, like a crazy life.
Oh, just a crazy life.
Gunslinger, the whole thing.
It doesn't sound like he's crazy just because he does those things, though.
No. I'm just saying, like, he's lived.
Oh, he's lived
like an old cowboy.
He wasn't scared whatsoever. He was very calm as he walked past he was doing the old, excuse me, as he got to the aisle and then punched that guy.
Right. Yeah, that was nuts.
These rallies are getting crazier and crazier.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just love watching them.
There he is.
John McGraw. Why was John McGraw up there? Baseball legend John McGraw?
That's his name. John McGraw.
Okay. You had a picture of the old baseball player.
What do they call him? He had a name. Something that rhymed with McGraw.
Make America Hate Again. An elderly goon who's sucker punched a black protester at a Donald Trump rally in North Carolina, said he has no regrets about his hateful actions and wanted the level of violence could be ramped up, and warned the level of violence could be ramped up.
So this guy, now this report, is this news story on this same site?
What?
The Daily News. Okay.
The Daily News?
Now let's see how this new one is reported.
Yeah, let's look it up. A new one from over the weekend.
Yeah, let's just see how they... and I really hope I'm wrong. Man charged allegedly punching, kicking anti-Trump. Okay, there you go. Boom.
ABC News.
The Daily News.
All right, here it is.
Oh, there you go.
Another day, another beatdown, right?
Protester, sucker, there's no
race.
No.
It's funny. Why don't they mention that the white guy was pumped? Huh, interesting.
No, it's just
That guy can fight, too. You can see he's got some fighting experience.
Let's see. Let's go to the bottom. Maybe they did. I want to be fair.
Poor Gary Gulman.
A Confederate, overpay with a Confederate way and walloped him. Angry person. Yeah, it's funny. Not one mention. Interesting. Not one mention of the fact. But yet the Daily News, what's the can I ask what the difference is?
Wait, so the black guy punches the white guy. They don't mention race.
No, well, that's what it's just a
Go
punch.
back to the other one. So the other one definitely mentioned race, right?
The second line.
Oh, my God.
An elderly goon who sucker punched a black protester.
Yeah.
It's the first line in the story.
Yeah.
And then the black guy punches the white guy. It's
Daily News both times.
They don't mention it.
It's
Same
one
newspaper.
is racially charged, quote unquote, and one isn't.
Wow,
well, the problem
crazy.
is, and anyone that thinks the press is not a bunch of fucking flaming liberals.
That's unbelievable.
And I hate to throw that word around, liberal. Well, maybe they're even beyond that.
Libtard.
Nah, but they're just the worst.
It was the second line with the old man, and then it wasn't mentioned
at all
in the one over the weekend.
And that's how they
same
cover.
Newspaper.
That's how they cover. You know, like black people get fucked on so many things as far as, but like when it comes to the press covering,
right?
They're just not.
That's
amazing. They're not honest people, man.
Yeah,
they're not. Consistent.
Let's go to Rick in Ohio. Rick, good morning, buddy. Can
we tweet those
How
together?
you doing?
Hey,
the white protester was wearing a Klan hood.
Not the one who was punched. Different person.
The one over this weekend, I believe he was a white guy wearing a Klan hood, and it got ripped off, and then that black guy started tearing into him.
Oh, so wait, he's trying to say that the protester had the Klan hood on. That was ripped. That was torn off his head before the fight.
Even if he did, it doesn't matter.
No, they were in a group together. The guy behind him is the guy who got
They're
punched.
different.
Yeah, we see the guy behind him. It doesn't look like he has any hood on.
He doesn't. He's got an American flag
before
on
the
him.
confrontation, but his friend had a hood on, and maybe they were together.
Yeah, even if he did have the hood on, and it's a shitty thing, it's still a protest, which we have the right to do peacefully. And if you guys are being assholes, they have the right to be escorted out.
Right.
Yeah.
But that my annoyance over people just get hot-headed and they fucking sock each other. And both the guys are fine who got punched.
Yeah.
But it's the way the fucking press covers it.
And most of these people going to these protests or rallies, I should say rallies, and they're behaving. There's a few bad apples in there, but that's Trump's fault.
Well, it's a little weird when Trump's like, I'm going to send my protesters over there.
Oh, well, yeah. That's true.
But yeah.
They're the fucking worst.
Kids having a good time.
It always comes down to the press that I hate even more than the people who are fucking up.
Right.
What was that, Tucson?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was Arizona.
Ooh-wee.
That's pretty crazy to fucking show up in a...
Yeah, that's bold. Look at his nose coming out the eye hole.
In a hood.
Yeah, man, he's going to get decked.
Not smart.
But you should be able to do that. I mean, you should be able to show up with signs and whatever. He's a polarizing fucking guy.
The hood. I mean, you're taking chances by... That takes fucking balls.
Show up.
Where do you have
it?
It's
more balls if you do it at a fucking...
And where do you have it?
Wu-Tang Club concert.
Where do you have it tucked away? In your underwear, you think? And you pull it out?
Yeah, probably.
Because they were...
It looked really wrinkly.
They were talking about this on the news, like, look, we don't know which people are the protesters because they're hiding all their shit before they come in, obviously. They're not... If they see you with a sign, they're probably going to not let you bring the sign inside, but they've been pretty creative on how to hide the signs as they're going through the metal detectors and whatnot and security.
Right.
So, guy who was punched was making a lot of noise. Let's say hi to Chris in Phoenix. Chris.
Hey, guys. Yeah, the guy wasn't peacefully protesting. I mean, I know you can be as loud as you want, but the guy was, like, shouting in people's faces and stuff. And, I mean, he was antagonizing as much as possible. I mean, a lot of people were saying that he was sent over from the Sanders rally in the first place, just because of the fact that, he was boldly admitting it. And
I'm not saying that he's not a dickhead or that, like, emotionally I don't understand why somebody who really knows how to fight would throw a punch. Like, I get why the guys are throwing punches. I'm only attacking the fucking revolting Daily News. You don't usually get such blatant examples of fucking guilty white people.
Right. Well, some people are saying that in both cases, the people who punched and were punched were both part of the Democratic Party. We're there to stage dramatic events, is what a lot of people were saying there.
Well, they want to say that because, again, they like the racist narrative of Trump. They like saying Trump's a racist and it's all Klansmen. But a black guy getting pissed off and throwing a punch at someone is, it fucking hurts the narrative a little bit. So the Daily News just won't.
Yeah. It was just a protester being punched by a Trump supporter.
Yep.
And then the other way, it's like, no, old racist white guy punches black protester.
It's a good angle.
It's the exact same newspaper, and that's how they reported both of those stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's nuts.
You usually don't get them. You don't usually get them that obviously so close together.
That is crazy.
By the way, you're going to see Rick Perry be the VP for Ted Cruz if he gets that far, because he's out there he's out there really pushing Ted Cruz all throughout Arizona. So it was his first showing out there, so I'm guaranteeing he's going to be the VP for Ted Cruz, if that changes anything for you guys.
Rick Perry.
It does.
Who's your guy?
Me? I mean, to be honest, I'm an independent. Until they come out with a true independent, I'm not voting. So it's just the way I feel about it.
Okay. I wonder who Trump's going to pick.
I think he's probably going to go with Kasich if he's smart, because, I mean, if he'll bring in a lot of the other side of it. And then Kasich and, he's already got Ben Carson and Christie backing him. So if he can pull Kasich in to support him, he'll have enough votes to win, at that point.
And you do know over the weekend Kasich laughed at that, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. Christie also laughed at him, too, throughout the whole time. I mean, what really matters is when it comes down to the election.
Chris, I want to give you a big old hug because you're 100% right. Because all these guys were just shit-talking Trump, and then next thing you know, they're supporting him. That's why this political game pisses me the fuck off.
Well, it's no different than playing... It's no different than playing basketball with somebody. I mean, you're not going to tell somebody that, this guy's going to beat me, this guy's going to beat me. You're going to put your game face on to the very end, but when it comes down to it, they still have their agendas. And I think that, like Ben Carson could be a great surgeon general, and I think that, Chris Christie would be a great attorney general, and then Kasich would be a good VP, but he doesn't have the balls to be a president. I mean, that's just the truth. He's a great guy, but he's just not out there enough, So if you combine all three, or all four, that's a crazy party.
He said under no circumstances will he be the vice president. If you can find that clip, and then watch, fast forward another month or whatever it would be, and there, he announces that he's going to be his VP.
Yep.
Because he could deliver Ohio. But, I think, you think Trump would win Ohio over Hillary?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know. That's why I guess I'm just asking that. I have no idea. All right, Chris, thank you, buddy.
No, thanks, man.
All right, man. That guy isn't white. He's Mexican.
Whatever he is. The point being that they don't even mention it.
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, a guy punching a protester is shitty. And the fact that old guy, who I thought should have went to jail for that, you punching a guy in the face is being let out. You're shitty.
Yeah.
But the first sentence of the article, black protester.
Right.
Which irrelevant to me that he's a black protester. He's a guy who got punched for protesting.
Both should just be protester got punched in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the very least. But if you're going to say old white racist, they might as well have said it, punches black protester, then you got to report it when the black, supporter punches the white protester.
Right.
They're literally they're so transparent. Like the race of the victim is only relevant when the race of the perpetrator is a certain thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God, they're fucking putrid.
I like how they put the race, but they should put it for all of them.
Of course. Yeah. They're just the worst.
Yeah. Here's what Kasich said over the weekend. If we get this computer to load properly. No? It didn't load? We're going to get that computer fixed one of these days, aren't we?
Uh-oh.
What is that? We had the clip, but it wouldn't play, so now we're trying to find it somewhere else. And then they got one of the Paris attackers over the weekend.
Oh, they got one?
Yeah, that guy wasn't supposed to survive that thing, so he sort of couldn't go back to ISIS.
You talking about the head bow?
The guy in Brussels.
Oh, shit.
That guy was not supposed to survive, and so he knows he would be in a bit of trouble if he went back to ISIS.
Wow.
Sort of how I read the story. Paris attacks suspects said to be planning new acts from Brussels. He went right back to his hometown, basically.
Damn.
And it still took him a long time to find him, months.
And somebody tweeted something. Didn't you guys put Anthony Weiner's dick pic out there?
Oh.
And the difference, I would say, is that he took that himself and sent it to somebody. Again, it was still, I didn't think, proper, but it was also, his face isn't in it. I mean, that's alleged to be his dick photo. I think you guys took a crazy chance by doing that, because what if it wasn't his?
Right. Yeah, that was a dick move.
Yeah.
For the time. I probably would like that one back if you need to know the truth, but yes, we did.
But again,
that picture was out there everywhere.
It was already a picture.
I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just telling you the facts.
Yeah, I mean, that got it out in the public, but the reality is, there was no face attached to it. If that wasn't his dick, you would have been in deep trouble.
And Barbara Walters was so mad. She's like, everyone saw that picture, because Breitbart was basically showing everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. Who's no longer with us. Wow.
Yeah.
It's been a few years now. Yeah, that was a dick move. Absolutely. Did you get the Kasich clip? No.
Someone said we listen every day in the Netherlands, too.
In the Netherlands?
Yes.
How are they listening to us live?
I don't know.
How does that work?
Streaming?
Probably don't want to know. So the suspect in Paris terror attacks captured in Brussels, yes. And it turned out he was pretty much living.
God, Kasich looks like a hound dog, doesn't he? Like the skin over his eyes.
Here's the Kasich clip about VP.
Yeah, earlier in the week, you totally ruled out ever being Donald Trump's running mate.
Yeah, under no circumstance.
I
what are you
understand
people
that.
kidding me?
All right, what about Ted Cruz?
No, I'm not going to be anybody's. I'm running for president.
That's just as Sherman-esque with Ted Cruz as it is with Donald Trump. No
Absolutely.
chance, no
Chuck,
how.
You know what? You folks got to get, look, you're a great guy. I like you very much. But you guys, you pundits, got to get out of Washington. You don't understand me.
Well, good for him.
Damn.
So that's pretty convincing.
Yeah.
And then what? He turns around and goes, well, I thought it over a little more, and this would be a good thing.
Yeah. I wonder if Trump's like a cool guy behind closed doors. Like if he's like a good hang.
Doesn't party.
He doesn't
drink. I don't think he's ever drank. I don't know.
Because, he's good at these business deals. I wonder if he's charming and
a lot of people,
cool guy.
A lot of people say just that he's very charming.
Yeah, I could see it.
That he's extremely charming. But I don't know. We always had him on the phone over the years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we talked to him a whole bunch of times.
Oh, shit.
He's kind of blown us off during this presidential run.
Yeah.
But he had no problem calling us when it was time for the Apprentice and other things and beauty pageants and whatever.
Uh-huh.
We probably talked to him, I would say, I don't know, close to 10 times over the years.
Damn.
Probably, something like that.
I think Roland is tremendous.
And then we get his son in here, and even the son can't get the old man to call the show.
Yeah, that's sad.
He's talked to everybody else.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, pretty much everyone at this point.
And he's fucking his daughter.
Wow.
Who is?
Trump.
What do you mean?
Well, come on. He's definitely into her. Let's see some photos.
Well, he talks highly of her. And
every picture he's got like his hand on her hip.
I think it's safe to say that's actually not the case there, Mark.
God damn, she's hot.
Yeah, he's just proud of his family, I'd say.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's Mark Norman saying that.
Yeah, quote it.
No, don't
Daily
quote
News.
It. No.
White radio personality attacks white politician.
I am here to say that is absolutely not the case.
All right.
But he seems to like her the best. That's for
yes,
sure.
Yes.
He definitely talks about her more than Donald Jr. or Eric.
But what dad doesn't? Like if you have a hot daughter and you have two successful sons, you're going to talk about your beautiful daughter more.
Why?
I don't know. It's just dads are proud of their girls, and your fathers are typically, daddy's girl. They're proud of their daughters for whatever reason.
I got two kids. I can't even imagine liking one more than the other.
Well, the whole you running for president thing too kind of wipes this idea out.
Yeah. Go to this. There's some photos of them two together, really smooching it up.
Plus, I don't think he likes her better. It's just
look at that. Come on.
He definitely talks about her more than the other kids.
What picture do you mean?
That is a little. Look at the face, the hand touching. This is odd.
That's her sweet 16th
Yeah, she's sitting on his
Sweet
leg.
16 birthday party.
I don't like. I think the big part of that photo is the fucking fact that he's dressed like Pablo Escobar. Yeah, Trump's white suit is the issue in that one.
And
Where was that party?
The parrots are fucking too.
Do you know how cool it must be to be 16, have him as a dad throwing a party?
Yeah.
Oh God.
It doesn't sound like he was much of a father, though, as far as raising him.
Oh, look at that.
That's just a cheek kiss.
That's
These are all
cheek kiss.
normal
All right, I got nothing.
These are all just normal.
He was very busy with all his businesses.
Yeah.
Look at that one. Come on.
Which one?
The white hat. That's a little racy.
No, it's not. He's sitting there on some car.
He's on a Lamborghini.
She's just sitting on his. She's kissing his cheek, sitting on his leg.
Yeah, he's just proud of his daughter.
Yeah, he's got a goofy dad face.
Then again, if Donald Jr. was that old, he wouldn't be sitting on the lap like that, right?
No.
Is that what you're getting at, Mark?
Yeah, if you saw your girl sitting on a guy like that, you'd be a little off-put.
Not if it was her dad.
Yeah, all right.
That wouldn't bother me.
I'm trying to make a mountain out of a molehill here.
What's the connection with Hillary Clinton, though? And Donald Trump. I mean, they went to each other, the weddings and stuff, but, I mean, how close were they really before all this went down with him running for the presidency? Like, there's a lot of weird pictures of them just getting along on the internet.
Swingers.
Look at Hillary, like, oh, Donald, you're hilarious.
Right.
Like, what is that? I know that's from a wedding, but how close really were they?
The old Melania.
I think that's a question for good old stunt brain for another day.
Mm-hmm.
And then he used to, give money to Hillary and her campaigns over the years, and it's just weird. The whole thing's just weird.
Yeah, it's very odd. What the hell's a Freemason anyway?
Oh my God.
It's when you need work done and
you don't have any money.
Yeah,
you want that answer?
I just tell that stuff very.
Someone call up
confusing.
and tell Mark Norman what a Freemason is.
Very vague.
I would not be able to explain that one properly. A member of an international order established for mutual help and fellowship, which holds elaborate secret ceremonies.
Mm-hmm.
Is that good enough?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's a secret society, and I know they've been around a real long time.
And they have super gay, initiations.
Whoa, I don't know about that.
Like the old
I don't
elephant.
know if you want to say that about the Masons.
The elephant walk and the cracker jizz thing. Travis knows about that.
Talking about some fraternity pledging?
Yeah, the ookie cookie, they call it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, oh, yes.
You ever do the ookie cookie?
No, never had to do that.
I think that's more of a old wise tale.
What's that one where they tie a brick to your dick and you have to stand on a balcony with a blindfold on and throw it, and it's actually not on a balcony, blah, blah, blah.
That was just from that movie. Old School.
Oh, I thought that was real.
I think that was from Old School.
That wasn't a documentary?
I'm sure there's a fraternity somewhere that did that.
Yeah, the rope's like 1,000,000 feet long, so.
But now we're talking fraternities over the Masonry, the Freemasonry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure somebody will call. I'll clear the lines because they're all lit today.
I did that once.
Did what?
Tied a brick to my pecker. Fucking brick broke.
Why did it break?
Fucking big pecker.
Big pecker.
You heard what I said in there?
I heard you, Chip. I hear everything.
Yes, we heard that Donald Trump's son got white powder sent to him.
Oh, Eric. Yeah, it was a hoax.
And I think now his Donald Trump's sister got the same thing.
Oh, God, I think the white powder was in 2001? These fucking assholes.
Right.
Yeah, but then some threats are involved there, too. People are not happy about this Trump.
No.
Obama is in Cuba.
It's so great.
First president since 1928.
Good.
Who was the president in 1928? Reagan.
Yeah.
Oh.
I want to go to Cuba. My mother loved uncut Cuban penis.
Looks like a big plantain.
1828 president.
Coolidge.
Let's go with Coolidge, huh? Good old Coolidge.
Yeah, I love that he went. I love that we're opening up relations with them. I hate it. And anyone that's like, Fidel's a dictator, so what? The U.S. has enough relationships with shitty people.
Right.
We were fucking friends with Saddam before we weren't.
Yeah, we were.
We'd be friends with any of them. We don't care about that. We're friends with Saudi Arabia. They're fairly shitty. They treat women like garbage.
Mm-hmm. Putin.
No.
But the president, who's the acting president? Raul?
Yeah.
Is it good old Raul didn't meet
I wonder why.
Obama when he landed. So what, Obama just, what?
I wonder why.
Went to baggage claim by himself?
Right.
They didn't have any ceremony when he landed in Cuba?
Nothing.
That's planned for
He had to get an
today.
Uber.
What?
It's planned for today that they're going to meet with them.
So when he landed yesterday, that's the moment, though. That's the first president on Cuban soil since 1928. And what happened? What kind of fanfare was it? Anything?
Didn't look like much. There's an umbrella, and that's about it.
And some guy.
There's a rose or flowers.
And then some white...
He's holding his own umbrella, Obama. I guarantee you he insisted on that.
For Michelle. He's holding Michelle Obama's umbrella. And who's that guy that met him instead of Raul? Do we know?
Yeah.
Couldn't they have put up a canopy or something so they didn't get wet?
I guess. I don't think it's going to help the Cuban people. I think the corporation's going to make a shitload of money down there in Cuba.
Oh, yeah.
Off tourism, and maybe there'll be a whole bunch of new jobs, I guess. There'll probably be more. Yes, Kenny. Why are you laughing? Hold on a second. Yes.
GH, in case the fans are interested, I tweeted about that.
You did?
Yes, because Johnny Brand Muffins tweeted a picture of Air Force One's final approach to Cuba. And we know that Johnny Brand Muffin is a big, proponent of Cubans.
He's been there.
I want to go with him.
Yeah.
I told
there
my John I want to go.
Let's do a live show.
And what was your tweet? Kenny joined Twitter, by the way. It says you joined in 2012. Someone had your account.
Yeah.
Kenny literally joined Twitter a month ago, Mark Norman.
Damn. All right, I feel better.
While everyone else is getting rid of their Twitters, Kenny joined.
Yeah.
Where's your tweet about it?
I don't know. It's there.
Well, you don't know. I mean...
How many followers?
Yeah, right there.
What?
This one?
Yeah.
All right.
That's a great photo.
Air Force One on final approach to the airport.
Great picture.
And then Kenny tweeted at Jonathan and said, "Why wasn't POTUS greeted properly?"
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for the response.
That's how Twitter works.
Yeah.
Johnny Brand Muffins.
And I'm still waiting for my 30,000 followers, GH.
What are you up to?
$6,000.
Yeah, Twitter is kind of yesterday's news. They're not making any money off it.
Yeah, you got to get on Snapchat.
They say that, but could you have a lot of followers? Do you have followers on Snapchat?
I have no idea how to use it. I get a couple tits every now and then, and that's all I do with it.
I know who's got the most Twitter followers.
Who?
It was announced today for Twitter's birthday.
Is it Justin Bieber?
He's number 2.
Lady Gaga.
Kardashian?
No.
Taylor Swift.
Number 3.
Oh, and
No,
Katy
the president
Perry.
was number 3. Katy Perry was number 1.
Katy Perry's number 1.
What?
It goes Katy. Oh, no, you're right. Okay. Katy Perry.
84 million?
Katy
Wow.
Perry has 84 million. Then you got Justin Bieber at 77
It's backed by
million.
7 million.
And then you got Taylor Swift at 73, and then the president has 71 mil. And then YouTube is in 5th place with 60.
They're all singers.
60 mil.
Yeah.
They're all singers.
Singers.
Kids.
People, so much of singers.
They kind of had a shitty quarter, though. They can't figure out how to make money off this damn Twitter.
4.8 million.
Boy, I'd love to get a retweet from her.
It doesn't help. Honestly, I've seen she's retweeted about 8 of my things and it means nothing.
Is that right?
No things.
Did you see the conspiracy theory article a couple weeks ago that John Benet Ramsey is Katy Perry?
I did see that. I chuckled and then I moved on.
I like it.
What's their main point on that one?
She has a mark on her neck and she yells ow a lot.
There's your answer. What's the one thing they're saying? This is so stupid.
I don't know. I read the headline and that was it.
Yeah, I laughed. I was like, oh, that's funny. The YouTube user then, no? Find something on this. I didn't get this far in the article. I saw the picture, went, oh, okay. If you squint, maybe it looks like a young Katy Perry, and then I
yeah, but they
couldn't
also
be
said
bothered
that
by that.
fucking Yaphet Kotto was Eitan Pats. I didn't believe that either.
Oh shit! Let me see the face.
It's local. Huh?
No, it's not.
No,
why
not
are we
even
even
close.
thinking about this?
Yeah,
I don't know
not
why
right.
Us Magazine is even bothering with this story.
Katie's taller.
and the
Katie's a
mouth
bit
is different.
taller. Yeah.
They just said that they look similar. The parents look similar.
God, silliness.
So stupid. Stupid. Cracker thing is real. It was in National Lampoon issue. I'm assuming there was some, what is it, Ookie Cookies?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that went down.
Last guy to jizz has got to eat the cracker.
Someone tweeted me.
Yeah.
That, hold on. White, middle-class, single justice warrior rushes to rescue a minority, presuming she cannot handle the debate. So it's a 30-second clip. I want to take a chance on it.
Okay.
I don't know if it's any good or not.
What would happen if an American went to Mexico and protested with an American flag? What would happen to them?
Some crazy shit.
Wait, are you trying to block me? What was I? Why do you need to stand up for them?
You're a fucking white man who gets to do whatever he wants to in this space, right?
Okay.
So I'm saying, no, you do not have permission to walk around videotaping women of color and acting like you can do that.
Oh, this lady.
Yeah, she'll take Edgar Winter.
Yeah, this lady.
Women of color.
That was it? That was the clip?
You're a white
I didn't know what it was, yeah. But it's funny how, like, why would you say white, but she's a woman of color? You can't say brown or black. That's such a dirty word to these people. The word black, they just can't say, or brown.
That was here in New York, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You're a white man.
That was the
whatever. You can kill people. You can pee on the street.
That was the Columbus Circle and the anti-Trump protest.
Yeah. But you can't film women of color in public. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
All right, we're going to have a guy tell you about the Freemasonry.
Okay.
For Mark Normand. I don't know. Go ahead, Mikey.
What's happening, fellas?
Hey.
Y'all got some questions? I got some answers.
Oh, that's a great commercial.
Are you in the Mason?
I am.
Ooh.
For 15 years now.
Well, you didn't have to do any of that fraternity shit, right? That Mark's assuming you had to do.
There are initiations, but there are nothing like that. The college frat initiations are much more horrible than you could ever think of as far as Freemasons go.
Uh-huh.
It's of course they have their own thing, but it's pretty civil, and it all is biblical. It all comes straight from the Bible.
Biblical. That could be gay.
Well,
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna pick, if you have time to pick one, I guess so. But yeah, but no, it's your Freemasons were started out as actually as Masons, stonemasons, and they had their own words and signs and handshakes and whatnot to differentiate themselves from other people, so somebody could go from one city to the next and say, "Hey, I'm a Freemason." Well, prove it. Or if they didn't, then that just wasn't good for them. But as time went on, it just became one. It makes a man a better man because you penniless, give the man, help him out.
Mike, I don't think you really have.
No, you haven't.
You haven't really explained it though.
I tell you one thing, I've heard explanations, and Bucko, that was not one.
Do you have a seat?
It's been going on for. Since King Solomon and before. You got questions, I can surely answer them for you. I don't know how to explain it.
Well, we could go to the internet for that. 9 things you didn't know about the Freemasons.
Well, there's no.
How about 100 things? I know nothing about them.
Give us one. This CBS News article has 9 things you didn't know about the Freemasons.
They don't discuss religion or politics. I knew that.
That's fact. You can be. You can be a member of a Freemason lodge, and it doesn't really make any difference.
Did you know it's not a religion? Did you know that one?
Do I know that Freemasonry is not a religion?
Yeah.
And atheists are not welcome.
This part they're so annoying, and they just keep piping up about how there's no God.
Yeah.
Do you know the Catholic Church condemns the Freemasons?
Oh, what a shock.
Did you know that one?
I didn't catch it.
Did you know that most of the founding fathers were not Freemasons?
Well, yeah, most were not. Several were.
Did you know there are no secret Masonic symbols on the U.S. dollar bill?
Ooh.
There are what now?
I'm seeing if you know these. Huh?
Yeah, you cannot be an atheist. That is correct. You have to believe in a supreme being of one form or another.
I do believe in a supreme being. Right now, I'm winking in the mirror.
Oh God.
Meaning me.
But it's just not as
culty.
People are making exactly. People make a whole lot of money on these television programs because there are things that you can't really.
All right, Mike.
I gotta pay. I'm bored.
Mike,
I'm sure you are.
Mike.
but
No, nothing personal. Mike.
It's not that exciting.
You didn't really help us out, but I do need to know the thing.
Yeah.
What's going on?
You need to know what?
The what?
Yeah. During this phone call, you did a few.
I did what?
I don't know. You're clearing your throat, or I don't know what it is.
Yeah, who do you think you are? Me?
It's pollen. Lots of pollen in the Texas.
Oh, pollen. All right.
Yeah. Oh my God.
All right, because every once in a while I would just hear you talking and go.
It's clear my throat. You're right.
Okay.
It's, not a professional broadcaster like y'all are, but
No, it's not even that. It was.
We're
just
not
a
even
little-
those.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Far from that.
I'm caressing my dick helmet as we chat.
Right.
And mine.
Yeah.
Cracker.
I don't think Edward R. Murrow was playing with his helmet while he was broadcasting.
You motherfuckers.
All right. Well, you helped us out a lot. We learned a lot about.
We got ice cream cake.
The Freemasons. We got ice cream cake for Travis's birthday. Did they write it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ice cream.
What does it say?
I don't
Jizz
think it's ice
bouquet?
cream cake.
Huh? What does it say?
Jizze. Happy birthday, Jizzy.
Jizzy's fun.
Yeah. Damn.
Jizzy.
Nice ice cream cake.
Jizzy, the worst clown ever.
Yeah. We're going to take a break. We're going to eat some ice cream cake.
Ice cream cake.
And then we're going to get the fuck out of here.
You gonna eat some?
Stay there.
The show's back.
Don't expect anything else. If we would have talked an extra 5 minutes before the break, we'd be out of here.
There we go.
It's not ice cream cake, by the way.
No.
But they didn't have any. But I got to be honest, I had a little bite.
And?
Very good, very sweet. I had maybe a quarter inch of it.
Where'd you get it, Roland? I forgot the
Very
lady.
tasty, though. Travis, what do you think?
It's delicious.
Yeah, bit sweet, no? In the office?
Yeah, Amy's Breads. They always deliver. They have really good cake.
They
Amy's
have
Bread.
It's good, right?
Really good.
And the fans love when we have cake. They're just happy for us.
They really want us to
Happy
treat
birthday.
It's one of their favorite segments.
Happy birthday, Travis.
Yeah,
Thank,
good.
you. Thank you, Don, for paying for this.
Don paid for the cake.
He will be.
Wow.
But then Don rolls his eyes, but he's not actually paying for it.
How much is the cake?
He just tells the big guy
$30?
upstairs to pay for the fucking cake.
This is a $50 cake?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, I hope that everyone enjoys it. Where's Denny? Give Denny a piece. Give DJ fucking Denny a piece.
Oh, he'll be there.
He'll be where?
He'll be back soon.
Take the roast out.
I think he's eating breakfast.
No.
Well, it's dessert.
How about a piece of cake for Denny? Where's E-Rock? He doesn't like sweets.
No.
No, you're right.
He won't eat cake?
He doesn't eat sweets. He just likes the sweet treats.
We didn't do anything for
He
his
doesn't eat
birthday.
sweet. How is he so,
Portly?
But he
Fantastic?
Yeah.
But he does have sweets. He flavors his own water.
That's
What?
true. You can't drink
Used
regular
to.
water, yeah.
I got to maybe update my info, but E-Rock would have these little, what were they, Travis? Those little
genital warts.
They had flavors that he would squeeze into his water.
Oh, that's
they were like
gross.
those little.
Can't drink water? Get a life.
Water pods? They weren't water pods. What were they called?
It was, why can't I think of them?
I know. I can't remember the name. There was a specific.
It's like Crystal Light.
I mean,
They had
that's
a ton
one
of
reason.
different
Yeah.
flavors.
No, but
it was like those Crystal Light things, but we called them.
They were almost like eye drops, but it was flavor for your water.
My mother loved flavored water. She would always drink grape because of the men she was dating.
Pineapple soda.
Dennis
Here
Falcone.
comes Denny. My mother loved Denny.
He's so happy that you called him into the studio.
Well, I wanted to have some cake.
You're so happy that Jimmy called you into the studio.
After the Irish extravaganza, I think Denny should have some cake.
That was a fun show, Dennis
That was
Falcone.
very fun. That
I
was a lot of
realized
fun.
I never thanked you for that one.
Oh, my pleasure.
I
Thank
left.
you.
No, that was great. They loved that one.
That's a big piece of cake, huh?
I like
They
that
really
last song.
enjoyed it.
You should close with that song every day. You should have a closing song.
Yeah.
You know? You should have a closing song.
Come on. Now, are you giving Denny a nice piece? Look at the size of that.
Oh, that's a big piece of cake.
That's a big piece of cake for Denny.
Happy birthday, Travis.
Thanks, Dennis.
Yeah, we're all enjoying cake.
If I knew it was your birthday, I would have baked some brownies.
There will be no books written about my mother, but there was a pop-up book with a lot of erections.
Thanks, Jizz Bucket.
No problem. Mark.
Appreciate it.
You boys aren't having it. You're off the sugar, right?
You only said one word and a piece of cake flew out of your mouth already. You're staining the microphone with speckles of cake. I had a taste.
I had some oatmeal instead of cake. I am lame.
Well, I had some rice cakes. I usually have that for
You
breakfast.
have rice? I give up on rice cakes.
They're good with peanut butter and some sea salt, I imagine.
Yeah.
Put a little sea salt on it.
I have some. Would you like a
It's called
rice cake?
I'm good.
It's called Mio, M-I-O, flavored drops for water, according to Don Wicklin, who just texted me. Mio, and then they had all sorts of different flavors that you could squeeze into your water.
Huh.
At that point, shouldn't you just drink water?
I know. And how do you eat pussy? What do you put icing on it? Jesus Christ, it's water.
Sometimes you wish you had some Mio in your back pocket.
True, yeah.
Yeah, a box.
Oh,
you could use a little Tabasco.
Something. What, Dennis?
Nothing. I'm just enjoying the Mio. Remember the goaltender for the Rangers, Eddie Mio? Remember that goaltender?
Eddie Mio.
No.
How you doing?
Have you gone to the Islanders?
Haven't been there yet.
I was so bummed at the presentation. I wanted to hear what you think about when you finally go.
I haven't. Yeah, maybe I'll go next week because my sons are home from college, so we might get a couple tickets. Go out to the game.
Cool,
college
Dad.
sons. What's that? Yeah, 2 boys in school.
No Rangers sucks chance. Nothing.
No
ice girls. They got the ice crew. And then I learned from some of you fine listeners that your favorite hockey team still has the ice girls.
Is that Rangers?
Because they were starting to say that it was a league thing that they were getting rid of the ice girls, but I think it was Dallas's team has smoking ice girls still.
Really? Is that like a cheerleader?
Here's Eric.
Hey,
Eric! You're coughing still. Jesus,
Keck time.
Are you okay? You just coughed.
Yeah. Have some keck.
Not the same cough. How many? Talking to the microphone.
It's not the
TB.
same cough. How do you know it's a different cough?
Exactly. You got a Game of Thrones cough. He fucking ate some. He drank some mead. He drank some mead out of a man's testicles.
Is this a different cough for you, Eric?
This is a different cough. Yeah.
What is this one based on?
Based on the past week that I had food poisoning, lost my voice.
Food poisoning. Oh my God.
Yeah.
From what?
From
What jeet?
What jeet?
What jeet?
That's all one word.
Yeah,
what jeet?
Yeah. Why do you cough so much? What do you eat? Fucking insulation? Huh?
Yes.
Where'd you have food poisoning from?
I undercooked some meat and I didn't realize it till halfway through. And I was just like, I kept eating it.
What do you mean you didn't realize until
how do you undercook
through?
meat? You should have got Jake LaMotta. Don't overcook it. Defeats its own purpose.
Was it still frozen?
What kind of meat?
What?
What kind of meat?
It was a mix of beef and bison.
Bison beef.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Undercooked bison?
That's got to be really bad on the toilet.
Nah.
How long into it did you realize you were sick? Like, at what point? What happened? You eat this? When did you eat this?
I was fine last Saturday. And I was fine eating it.
What do you mean last Saturday? Not 2 days ago Saturday?
No, a week before that.
And you had food poisoning for over a week?
No, I had it for like a day.
So then why? You said the cough.
Yeah, and then I got sick after the food poisoning.
Well, when did you realize you were sick? Like, you ate it in the afternoon or at night?
It was night. And then it was like 20 minutes after I finished dinner. All of a sudden, everything just felt really wrong.
Did it get all gurgly right away?
No, it wasn't. It's just like this whole blanket feeling of everything is wrong.
Oh, wow.
And then
I wake up with that.
Yes. And then running to the bathroom, and then there was for the next 12 hours, there were 6 violent throw-up sessions.
But wait a minute, are you sure it wasn't a flu or something? Because that's a little fast.
I don't know.
Yeah.
20 minutes. It doesn't work that fast.
Oh, no. Every once in a while, I'll eat something. I'll get gurgly right away. It's a good feeling.
But that's not food poisoning.
And then, man, do you let a lot go.
Oh,
Maybe it was rotted meat.
Feel a lot lighter.
I don't know. Maybe it was something else.
Did Angela have any or no?
No, she was fine. But
you ate just a big pile of meat by yourself?
Yeah, I made a big
one candle in
big burger. Right? Could you move out of the way while I'm talking to him? You lean forward to block him.
He's just the worst.
Denny,
why are you leaning into the eyesight?
Denny, you're not eating your cake.
So
he has no social skills. That's why I love this guy. You don't have social skills.
He doesn't have shirts that fit him either.
Yeah, that's a giant
boy.
It's a giant collared shirt.
It's a big shirt.
It's a big shirt.
Picture day.
You don't realize it when you wear something at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, I've been there. And then you're like, fuck.
You eating any cake? You not finishing any cake?
Stuck with the shirt all day.
It's good, right?
Have some keck.
Very sweet. Very sweet.
Why were you leaning into the eyesight?
Well, I'm just standing here speaking to the microphone.
Oh, but you were making direct eye contact with me. It was creepy.
How do you feel now?
I'm fine, other than my voice is shot. But
what was the sugared water thing? Mio? Was it MIO?
There was 2 of them. There was Crystal Light and there was Mio.
So your voice is sick from vomiting?
My voice was fried most of last week, and then I got a little congested. but the cold came and went, but my voice still hasn't fully recovered yet.
Oh my God! It's like the when a storm comes and goes, there's still the wreckage left behind.
Oh no!
You should rub some Vicks on your chest.
Oh, what is that?
Yeah.
No, that's throw up.
Oh, vomit bowl.
Nice.
Food poisoning boy.
Looks like a cappuccino.
Yeah, it's very
a foamy cappuccino.
It's very thin.
Yeah. Yes, Kenny.
Dennis had a big weekend this weekend.
You had a big weekend this weekend?
Did a big Irish wedding.
Oh.
How was that?
It was nice. It was good. It was an afternoon wedding, which is always a little tough.
Bet
to
it
get
wasn't
people.
a
That's not the important part.
What was the important part?
What was tweeted about?
Oh, I met a person who recognized me from
At a rest stop?
No, not at a rest at the wedding.
Exactly. They
When
recognize
I
your
was
voice
doing
through the glory hole.
That's what he said. He came over and he said, he goes, "I think you have a great voice," and that was after he was drinking quite profusely.
Can I tell my Irish joke? I already told you. What's the difference between an Irish wake and an Irish wedding?
One drunk.
One less drunk. Come on.
Jimmy's annoyed by that.
It's not my joke.
Wyatt's made a demo reel for his DJ business.
Yeah, a video check. as
Oh,
opposed
we got to
an
see
air
the
check.
reel.
A video check. Let's see the reel is right.
Are you done with it yet?
No.
Could I see it first?
Yeah, it's not done yet.
Okay.
When is it going to be done?
Hopefully tonight.
2 months.
You bring that in tomorrow
Just
and
throw
don't,
it up
and
on
don't
YouTube.
and don't fucking show him.
You show me first.
No, I want to see this thing.
No, I paid him. He shows me first.
Denny,
He's
laying down the
DJ
law.
Danny. Yeah, we gotta get you a song though.
Splice in one inborn fetus.
He's DJ
Right in the middle.
Danny.
No, I have a jingle now on the 70s. Dennis the Menace.
But you're not a menace.
Shotgun jingle.
Your shirt's tucked in. You're not a menace.
There's nothing menacing about
You're on
you.
time. You have organized. There's nothing menacing.
Right.
Should be Dennis the on time.
Your hair's perfect every time. What's menacing about
Dennis
you?
the coiffed and neat. You're not a menace. You're a menace to messiness.
Sometimes me and Jim listen to Dennis when we're driving home from gigs in the middle of the night.
That is very true. We hear Dennis the menace.
He does. You do an adequate job.
I try. I believe in doing a lot of show prep.
I think you do an amazing job for us, though.
Well, thank you.
I'll say that much.
I enjoy it.
For real, they love you. That Irish show we did was fantastic.
Yeah, we should.
Irish, the St. Patty's Day show.
Yeah, that's good. We should do maybe one when the summertime comes in, Memorial Day weekend.
Would you like people to suggest a new nickname for you? I think that would be a nice little thing.
I like my name.
How about
I like it.
Dennis sucks penis?
There you go.
Do you like his DJ tie?
Where's his DJ tie?
I do.
Is that your official DJ tie?
Yeah, it's Beetle 45s, different labels, different Beetle 45s.
Ooh.
45s.
I wish you had a Mark David Chapman 45.
45. Yes.
45s. Oh, that's all right, I guess.
It's pretty cool.
Dressed all in black.
Yeah. I never really take a bad picture, you know?
We did the cake. We talked to Dennis. We talked to E-Rock. Can we go now?
Yeah, we did everything. Everyone's birthday's been covered. E-Rock, I didn't know it was your birthday either. I just found out it was Travis's.
You get all the squishy shit out of your head yet? It's all out.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
What's that now? What? You got brain cancer?
Nothing. They're just delaying.
I'm not delaying. I was ready to go.
Oh.
So go.
Yeah, believe me, if it was brain cancer, it would have just started eating itself immediately. There's nothing to find here, folks.
He had
It's the first time brain cancer ever moved on.
Let's move to that stomach.
It's supposed to be here somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, how old is Travis?
35.
Jesus.
Brain cancer looking for something to eat on him would be like fucking Geraldo in that vault. Just like, all right, let's walk out, just an empty husk.
Yeah. You should plug Eric's show before we go.
Why? It's days away now.
Yeah, but, you know.
He does a very good job on Fridays.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're promoting Eric's show that he does on Fridays.
Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific.
You really don't promote anything for Friday or the weekend till Wednesday.
You know he's got a hot chick on the show?
Who?
Tell him, Eric.
Another comedian, Lisa Correo.
Oh, I love Lisa. Yeah, she's a
been
friend
on
of
my
mine.
show for about a year and a half. Yeah.
Picture. Pull up a pic.
Oh, she's great.
Right there.
There.
Very nice lady.
Yeah,
I sat next to her during the beer show.
I know.
She was wearing some
good beers.
a top that showed a lot of cleavage that night.
Good boy.
Yes.
Everyone in Periscope got to see.
That's right.
What?
I periscoped her boobs most of the time I was doing an Eric show.
I want to do Eric's show.
Plus, it's on demand.
Pick
so
a
you can find
photo,
it there.
man.
All right, let's go. Mark
Jesus.
Norman, thank you so much. Mark Norm on the Twitter. You got the podcast with Joe List, which is awesome, and it's going to be back with us a little bit.
I assume it's on Tuesdays, judging by the name.
Playing some of the older shows, and yeah, it's a great podcast.
Yeah,
Tuesdays with stories, right?
Yeah, and follow me on Twitter at Mark Norm and my website, marknormancomedy.com for dates. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
I love this show podcast, too.
What?
Your show podcast as well.
What about it?
Go and download it.
And that's old now, too.
By like 3 days.
What was the last podcast again?
Podcast.
Dick Cavett.
All right, Dick Cavett.
Gilbert Gottfried.
The new interview and the old interview with Dick
And
Cavett.
his first appearance from 2005.
I'm going through a second Dick Cavett book.
Nice.
He's a very good writer.
He was fun, man.
Very good writer, and
cool guy.
And
Apparently knew Muhammad Ali.
He's perfect for Audible too. I like listening to him read his own book. It's nice. All right, that's it. And then Jimmy's hitting the road this weekend. Portland on
Portland and Denver. Yeah, March 25th, 26th, and just 2 dates in Portland, and then of course Philly and Wilmington. And then I got Ridgefield, Northampton, South Burlington, Madison, Wisconsin. I got a bunch of dates coming up. And I love in the office when he's doing the speech, and he goes, I'm not good at public speaking. I pronunciate my worms. It fucking bombed.
Happy birthday to Travis, and thank you for listening. We'll see you guys tomorrow.